Funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Be humble. Sit down.
Welcome in Out of Bounds here on 103.7 The Buzz. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, broadcasting live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your afternoon. This afternoon, it's an easy Friday show here on Out of Bounds today. As we know, we're getting you ready for the weekend. You're halfway there on a Friday. So we're going to make it as easy on you as possible. And we want to hear from you and what you think about the entire sports weekend in general. You can call or text in at 501-661-1037. Get after us in the Asher Record Life and Feedback. After me on Twitter at BuzzJohnNeighbors. And today, we're going to have a pretty loaded show for you because not only is Steve Sullivan joining us of KATV, we're going to talk to the voice of Kent State Golden Flashes. I know the Zone did, but we're going to do a better job of it, let's be honest. They're going to be joining us at 3 o'clock hour. So we'll get a little preview of what to expect with Arkansas and Kent State. We'll have our picks of the weekend. We'll also get into our Bet Saracen prop plays of the weekend, too. Have some fun with that. Get your Razor Hog update. Going to have 3 and out. Going to try to preview and recap as much as we humanly possibly can. But, you know, this time of year, it's always so much more fun when it's football season. But it's even exponentially more fun when it's football season and it's a Friday or a Monday, because Fridays is always about looking ahead. And then Monday is always about reacting on a Reaction Monday. So it's going to be a lot of fun here today. And we look forward to previewing everything, especially with Arkansas and Kent State tomorrow at 3 o'clock in Fayetteville at Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, the home opener for the Razorbacks, as I know they're excited to be there and should be an easy win for Arkansas. I'll go ahead and say it, and I'm sure it won't come back to bite me, and I'm sure nobody will remember that I said that, but it should be an easy victory for Arkansas. It should be one of those that's over at halftime. Hopefully it's not too hot. Hopefully it's not too messy. Hopefully it's a clean game when Arkansas gets out healthy enough. But it's just something to look forward to, not only that game, but a lot of college football games heading into this weekend. And in fact, there's only 2 of them, I believe, that are top 25 matchups in general, which, of course, Texas and Alabama, without question, is the biggest game. And I think everybody who has their own like game day show, I think College Game Day's there, if I'm not mistaken. I think SEC Nation is there.
Pat McAfee show is there.
The Pat McAfee show is there.
So that's something that's interesting, that if they're going to be at the location of College Game Day every week.
Yeah.
Well, that'll bring a little more attention to it.
Yeah. 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 Because it brings it there. And then even saw like Barstool Sports, they do a game day show that's going to be there.
Everybody does it now, huh?
Yeah. So like every game day, quote, game day show is going to that game. So I guess if you're in there in Tuscaloosa, pick your poison.
Now, that's something else that's going to be intriguing when because this is the biggest game by far on the schedule this week. But whenever there are bigger games, how do, all the different outlets, how do they choose to move around? Do they stick with going to some of the same places, or do they move around and go to different locations?
Yeah, that's interesting. I know like Barstool Sports has it to where I don't think they can do it on campus, because I think that's also the thing is like you got to get approval for on campus stuff. And usually I'm sure Bama's like, we'll College Game Day, SEC Nation. Okay. Cause y'all, ESPN, SEC Network pay us a lot of money. But Barstool,
not so much.
Probably go find yourself somewhere over there in the downtown area.
But they can always find something.
Oh, yeah.
There's somebody that's going to want to accommodate for Barstool Sports.
Oh yeah. Listen, if you're a sports bar over there or some sort of like local establishment, absolutely you'd want that. Like you'd be all for it. So it shouldn't be too hard, but that's without question the game of the weekend for college football. And according to Bet Saracen, it's kind of fluctuated a little bit, but Alabama's favored by 7 points. Last I checked, it was at 7.5. But it was such a close game last year. People are thinking that maybe this could be the year that Texas gets that win. And I am sure that if Texas wins against Bama on the road, that nobody will say Texas is back and that nobody's going to say, oh, this is a championship team. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Everybody will be saying that because that'll be
they're going to say it before the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they'll say it. They'll say it out in the first drive, ends in a field goal. Texas is back. But I don't know. I'm excited about that game. I think the Tulane Ole Miss game is a little slept on and underrated. I think that has potential to be a pretty wild game. But Texas and Alabama, two teams will be in the same conference next year, starting up, and knowing you got the Quinn Ewers and Texas trying to, be able to be that program that they once felt like they should be, and taking on Alabama, the program that has been for a long time. It's a big game for both of them, but I'm just hoping it ends up being an entertaining game, because last year definitely lived up to the billing of what it was.
Yeah, and Bryce Young, he had to bail Bama out in that game, and of course Bryce Young isn't there, but Jalen Milroe, we know what he's capable of running the ball. Now it's going to be interesting to see how they decide to open up to pass, because Texas, their game plan should be to stack the line and stop the run, and then let's see if he can beat you by throwing the ball.
Yeah, I know, like last year, what was it, 20-19, I think was the final, something to that extent. It was a 1-point game. It wasn't a high-scoring game, but both these teams probably learned a lot from that game last year, so it's going to be a great matchup.
And Quinn Ewers was hurt in that game, and they were really controlling the tempo until he got hurt.
Was it because it was like early in the game too? Was it the first half, I think?
Yeah, it was.
I think they led I think Texas had like 2 touchdown drives, and then he got hurt at some point. So yeah, that's what everyone was pointing to. But I hope he doesn't get hurt. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But if he does, the storyline's written.
No, it's not, because Arch Manning isn't the backup. He's third string right
now. Oh, well, that's just what they say. But they throw in Arch Manning. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but no, that'll be fun though. That'll be a great game. And again, there's a lot of good college football, but it's nice to have NFL back again last night. I'll admit that was a game to where I felt like it was going to be close. I still felt like the Chiefs were going to win. No, Kelsey didn't play, and we know Chris Jones didn't play. We talked all about it, but man, that was a frustrating game if you're a Chiefs fan, and especially if you're like a Patrick Mahomes, where I know you didn't have your best target out there, but good grief, the amount of drops, lost opportunities, missed opportunities by Kansas City, and giving credit to Detroit for taking advantage of some of those opportunities, especially with that pick six.
That was Brian Branch. That's Nathan's defensive rookie of the year.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was his pick,
man.
And he came through in a big way. He got off to a good start.
Well, like I said, Nathan's on the I guess the front runner right now for rookie of the year is him, because that was great. Again, I liked it because I don't care about the Chiefs or the Lions one way or the other. And I jokingly said, "Oh, now the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl." But like I'm looking at it as like, man, that's a great, nice win for the Lions to try to take that next step. And long season, got to get a lot of things done. But I was happy for Dan Campbell. I was happy for those Lions players. It's just, you kind of been the butt of every joke. But to go on the road, first game of the season against the defending champs and get the victory, that's got to make you feel good for the rest of the year.
It's a good way to get the season started and kind of carry over what they had going on, some momentum from last season. So they do have high expectations. Everybody is expecting to see some good things from the Lions. They got off to a good start, but it is one game.
It is.
Now the Chiefs, on the other hand, with their right tackle, that's going to be a problem if they don't get that situated as far as his technique. Jawan Taylor, throughout the whole game, the guy is lining up behind the line of scrimmage, and the refs let it go until a crucial moment late in the game. Now, what the refs are supposed to do is if they see something, they'll warn the player a few times, and then they'll start making those calls. And don't know to what extent they talked to him or they warned him, but it came back to bite him in a crucial moment. He's lining up behind the line of scrimmage, first of all, and then he takes a step back as the play is starting every time. Now, we see this happen with tackles at times, but throughout an entire game, like 80% of the snaps, this guy was lined up wrong, or he started early with a false start that they kind of let go.
Well, see, I didn't even really pay attention to that part until I started seeing people on social media bringing it up of like, why are they not calling this? Why are they not calling? He's lining up. And then the next drive I saw, I was like, man, yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to it that much. Because I know that Aiden Hutchinson and that defensive line, they got some good pieces on that front for Detroit. But yeah, when the penalty finally got called, it's like people said, thankfully, finally, it's finally happened. But yeah, between that and then, I don't know, like Tony in those drops, or just a few of the Chiefs players in those drops.
Yeah, that's what happens when Travis Kelce isn't available.
Like that, I'm trying to remember which point in time. I know it was in the fourth quarter, and it was on a crucial drive for the Chiefs. But there was a one that when Mahomes threw it to Tony, and it was a little behind him, but he was wide open. Like I don't care if it's behind you or not. Like you got to make that catch. Like it hit him just like right here, almost in the hip, and he just dropped. And then there was another one that just like hit him in the. He was crazy.
Yeah, trying to make a play before the play was there. Yeah. Like he would, try to bring the ball in, and then he wanted to take off running to try to make a play before actually bringing the ball in. And that's step one as a receiver. You have to see the ball, bring it in, and then make a move.
Yeah. Again, I know it's everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but it's like if you're an NFL receiver, those are the things that you got to do. Like there's no excuses for. You got to catch the ball, and then you go and make a play.
That was their moment, too, for some of those receivers to step up big, and they unfortunately didn't pass the test. Now, also with Jawan Taylor, the way that he's lined up and even when the play starts, he's kind of giving it away as to whether it's going to be a run or a pass. Based off how he's lined up, you can see that he's lined up, behind the line for pass blocking. And then when he's run blocking, he's more on the line. So the defensive players, they're always paying attention to things like that, techniques. And he was giving that away during the game. So that in itself is going to be a problem, just the way he's lining up throughout the season, but also giving away the plays and what they're planning on doing.
Well, Andy Reid's a good coach, and I'm sure that those are the types of things that we're trying to make sure that doesn't happen again, or at least try to fix that problem.
Why?
That's easy.
This is something that should have been addressed during training camp.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's an easy thing that you should know not to do. I would assume so. I've not been in an NFL training room or in a practice or anything. But again, you're talking about the highest level of football players and every position. And that's like, stuff in college, stuff in high school, even like that. You gotta make sure you avoid.
Then you think about, they don't have anyone that's better than him because he is the starter. So obviously they feel good about him, and whoever is backing up there, they don't feel as good.
No. And again, frustrating is the only way I can put it for Chiefs fans and Chiefs players, and seeing, like on some of those drops, even Patrick Mahomes' reaction, just like throwing it was a frustrating one, because even though as bad as they played, like that pick six is what made the difference, and they still probably could have won.
That's tough too. As a quarterback, you can't be overly dramatic. Like, you could see it on him, but he wasn't just like, really just showing so much emotion or getting on to the receivers. Now, on the sideline, it may have been a different story, but on the field, as the leader, you really can't just go there, because now you're going to take away from everybody's confidence.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, it's the Chiefs bummer, but it's the Lions feeling good about themselves. But good way to have the NFL season kick off. I know we got some phone calls and text messages coming in. Logan, stay on the line, man. We'll get to you on the other side of the break, and we'll keep it moving on an easy Friday show here on Out of Bounds. Stay with us.
For interior, exterior, commercial, and residential painting, hire the pros at Serta Pro Painters. Get your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C.
This is SportsCenter.
The defending Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, dropped the first game of the year, losing to the Lions 21-20. The play of the game came on one of four Kadarius Toney drop passes.
This is 3rd and 6. Mahomes throws the cross. It is intercepted on the deflection. Brian Branch, the rookie, ties the game with his first NFL touchdown. Welcome to the NFL, Brian Branch.
The Lions handed the Chiefs their first Week 1 loss since 2014. It's the first time Detroit has won a game at Arrowhead since 1988. And Team USA was beaten by Germany this morning 113-111 in the FIBA World Cup, denying the USA a shot at gold. USA will face Canada on Sunday in the bronze medal game. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites.
Want to know about bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state? Well, listen to Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Axles Plus, Arkansas River Valley Roofing and Restoration, Globe Life Everett and Associates, and Dr. Brad White at Cersei Dermatology. It's Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings on 103.7 The Buzz.
Things you'd rather do than deal with your current HR and payroll provider. Stub your toes. On purpose. or sitting through a 4-hour seminar on funny dad jokes.
Okay, you guys hear me out. You know how celebrities stay cool? They have a lot of fans.
If you and your company are unhappy with the level of service you're getting from your current HR or payroll provider, make the switch to a company who cares, the Payroll Company. Our service is top-notch and worth switching for. Less headaches, more than payroll. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
Where there's Razorback football, there's the First Security 5th quarter postgame show. Join Randy Rainwater, Marcus Elliott, and Trey Schapp after each Razorback game right here on 103.7 The Buzz. Listen in as they interview players and coaches and discuss each week's outcome. Get inside the huddle and the locker room with 103.7 The Buzz, bringing you all of the information you want to know. That's the First Security 5th quarter postgame show, brought to you in part by Ortho Arkansas.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months. And River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Do you need rainwater, Holt, and Sexton? Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. It really is just that easy. If you've been injured and need help, it doesn't matter where in Arkansas you are. Just dial 888-8888. We'll come to you. I'm Mike Rainwater of Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. We have been thankfully serving Arkansans for years, and we appreciate the trust you've put in us. We work hard for you, Arkansas, each and every day. Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
Unlike other shows, we don't talk over each other with old hee-haw jokes.
This is bull crap. Well, I ain't standing for this. We'll go to hell. Yeah, they're down.
So call or text to actually be heard on Out of Bounds at 501-661-1037. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Complete. Lots of room. Jaden Wilson's got a chance to go. Inside the 40, inside the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. Touchdown, Arkansas. Isaac Tesla threw the home run block. Jaden Wilson scores the touchdown, and they're excited at War Memorial Stadium.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
Yeah. We all mine. Oh, yeah. Come on. Joe is living it up. To everybody that be living it up, we say.
It's an easy Friday show here on Out of Bounds. Appreciate everybody listening in, getting you ready for the great weekend that is. And it's nice and cool outside. I actually woke up to some rain this morning. How about that? It's nice to have that. I know we had some rain the other day, but that was with crazy winds and damaging winds and everything out there in the West Little Rock area. But it was nice just to have some rain, cool some things off. And I know it's going to be still a little warm, but this weekend, I guess in Fayetteville for the game, it's like upper 80s, 90s. But next week, as of right now, for the BYU game at 6:30, the high on Saturday is going to be 78 degrees. So
nice.
Hopefully that stays. I think the low's 56 degrees, something to that extent. So that's good football weather right there. Good football weather. I think overcast a little bit too. So I'm all about it. I'm all about having some of the nicer and cooler weather getting here, and it's about perfect today. A little cloudy, a little overcast action, but a lot of people are going to be driving up to the game in Fayetteville tomorrow. So safe travels up there, as I know it's going to be one people are going to be tailgating and having a good old time and keeping football season moving, and also high school football continuing on this weekend too. So we'll have Steve Sullivan, I'm sure, talk a little high school football with him and some of the action that we have going on, because I guess our high school game of the week here is Parkview at Bryant.
Yeah,
correct?
It's going to be a big one.
Yeah. Bryant's now without, I guess, the new coach that's been put in place there, as Buck James went to Conway. And
Quad Sanders taking over.
That's right. Yeah, because where did he come from? Was he
Jonesboro?
That's right, Jonesboro. I knew it was somewhere up in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Arkansas.
But he was on the staff at Bryant before.
Yeah, so there's connections there.
Yeah.
There's connections there. So yeah, it's gonna be a great one. So yeah, a lot of high school football games going on, and I look forward to just having football, high school, college, and NFL all this weekend. So nice to have it back. So great. Even tonight, there's some college football games, as we talked about. There was a game last night too. When was it Louisville? Was that
big time blowout over Murray State?
Yeah, I think I had it on because I have YouTube TV, and they have these little like quad box things that you can click for sports, and you can select which channels that you want. I think I clicked that just to it was before the NFL game started, so I just clicked it just to see all the
sports.
It was
already 21-0.
Yeah, and it was like sitting there, it was like such a blowout, and I was like, Louisville, Murray State, okay. And then it was pretty nasty. I was like, all right, well, the NFL is going to have my attention anyways. I'll just stick to that and watch that. But it was weird because I'll be honest, I didn't even realize it was on ABC last night.
What? Okay, yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, or well, I shouldn't say maybe ABC. It may have been something different. Like what channel was it on last night? Because it was a local channel. Okay.
Yeah, ABC sounds good.
Okay. I was I thought maybe I said it wrong. Maybe it was NBC. I don't want to upset the local affiliates.
Never turned over to check it out.
Yeah, but I thought it was on ESPN. But
that's where it usually is, especially for Thursday night.
Yeah, so when I clicked on it, I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, so it's a little local action there. But which was fine. I mean, it's pretty much the same broadcasting group and everybody involved. But
yeah, because when they broadcast them on ABC, it's ESPN on ABC.
Oh, yeah. Almost as if like you get confused, It's like it's still ESPN, but it's on ABC. It's like, yeah, I think people got that. I think they got that part. But but Thursday nights it's normally going to be on Amazon moving forward, right?
Yes, for
Gotcha.
NFL.
Got it. All right, so putting it all together, making it all work. Let's go to the phone lines. Logan's in Conway. What's up, Logan?
Yeah, I was actually confused. I thought that the game last night would be on Amazon as well, but it was on the local broadcast channel. Yeah, guys, did you guys hear about this huge news announcement out of UCA that they announced yesterday?
No, I did not. What was it?
Man, they said a lot of stuff. They've had a fundraising campaign since 2017 with the goal to raise $100 million. They raised like $109 million. So they were basically telling people what they're going to do with the money. So which is a lot, which you can expect. But one of the biggest things is they're going to do this new UCA commitment program, and it's going to be offer a guaranteed debt-free pathway for incoming freshmen, Arkansas residents, to get a degree at UCA. It was the first school in Arkansas to do that, and I mean it's big time, man. They're actually creating a special department just to work with the students. This is not free school. This is utilizing available state and federal money that's already there that they're already entitled to, as well as helping them get into any work study programs they need to, and fill in the gap with private funds if they have to. So it's just huge news. They're doing a bunch of other stuff too. They're opening a new Veterans Resource Center and lots of stuff. But
helping a lot of people out around the state. That's a good deal.
Yeah, this is going to be life changing for a lot of young people. Households earning under $100,000 a year can guaranteed to have a debt free pathway to a degree if they're willing to do the work.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Yeah, I just looked it up and saw the story about it. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, helping people out the state. That's a great story.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a labor of love for a lot of people up there. I've known a couple of them that have been working on it, and helping kids pay for school and actually not have to go into debt has been something that they've taken very seriously. And I've seen them stress over it and take it home with them and worry about these kids either going into debt or not being able to go to school. It's something that they've taken very seriously, and they really want to help the community, and I think that it will. I think this is going to be a prolific thing going forward. I hope, anyway.
Well, good deal. All right. Well, appreciate the phone call, Logan.
Right on. You guys have a good weekend.
All right.
You too.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care, Logan.
Yeah. Also from our Southern Structural Solutions text line, Mr. 501 says it was on NBC, but also streaming on Peacock last night. So, okay.
It was on NBC, not ABC.
See, that's what I was saying. I was like, I didn't
Okay.
remember which one it was on, but
Okay.
NBC would make a little bit more sense. I guess so. But Okay, so yeah, thank you for that. I just remember because that's back in, I'm sure you remember too, Joe. You remember when like channels had numbers? Like on YouTube, you don't have numbers. It's like
they just show a box with the game, the graphic, and you just click on it and go.
Yeah, it's a box with the logo of what channel that you're looking to have.
Now, if you go to, it depends. Like, it's convenient when you open the app, then everything is there.
Right.
But you could scroll over to live, and then the channels are listed.
Yes, they are.
Once you scroll to live.
Yeah, because it's like that, which I guess I kind of like it because it goes to this home page and stuff that it bases what you've watched, which obviously mostly is sports. So it's always like the top ones is always just whatever live sports are on for me. So I usually just click that. But it was for the pregame show. I guess it didn't put up like the pregame moving or leading up to the football game that I wanted to watch, and that's why I had to go over and like actually manually find it, like in all my like laziness. I had to actually go over.
Talking about pregame for NFL?
Yeah, for the NFL.
For the Lions and Chiefs. That was on NFL Network.
Okay, so maybe that's what threw me off because I was looking for it and it was on one stop and then that ended. And then I was like, oh, did I maybe switch the channel on accident or something? And then I went and had to go and find it. So that's what probably what threw me off.
Some kind of partnership, a new deal. And maybe it has a lot to do because it was presented by YouTube TV, which Sunday Ticket is on now. So NFL, they have that partnership where you're going to preview the game coming up. It's not like a full pregame show with the cast from NBC, but they did some segments where they previewed the game, and then they had their own NFL analysts that were part of the broadcast too.
Okay, all right. So now, I was going and trying to figure out how it was all connected, but that does now make sense of how it all worked. But yes, since it was presented by YouTube TV, I mean, the amount of times I saw that NFL Sunday Ticket getting advertised, man, they're trying to get everybody on board with that one.
Oh yeah, because they're in a new home, so they want to make sure everybody knows exactly where they are and how to get it.
Yeah, they even have promo codes for. I saw. I think it was on social media that you get like a $50 off or $100 off. I don't even know how much NFL Sunday Ticket is total, but I'm sure it's pretty expensive. But some to that extent where if go to YouTube TV trying to get the promotions in and get people to flip over to YouTube TV just for that reason.
And it's even on YouTube, not YouTube TV. Of course, they want you to subscribe there and have that platform as you're viewing for everything. But just say if you don't necessarily want to get YouTube TV and you do a lot of other streaming on YouTube itself, when you open the YouTube app and you're watching all kinds of videos, they have it right at the top where you can click on the games from your favorite team, and then it'll give you a kind of going through the process of where you can purchase it there.
See, and because of that fact, it's gotten to the point where I'm really considering just getting rid of YouTube TV and just
watch through YouTube.
Yeah, through YouTube, and just keep like ESPN Plus. Now, if there's a game on CBS or NBC or something like that, I guess if I had Peacock, I guess is NBC, right? So maybe be able to get it.
Nobody has Peacock.
Yeah, as I say, I think I had a trial for it, and I clicked on it once, and that was it. So
you
I
get
never
much
checked
more if it was Paramount, which CBS is a part of.
That's right.
Yeah, because they have so many different things. If you have Paramount, then it's probably a little bit more worth it than Peacock.
Yes. Well, and what I like about it, and because I have an Apple TV that does 4K, and I have a 4K TV. What I like about it is that YouTube TV would sometimes be like, oh, we have 4K TV or 4K channels or 4K games, and it would be like, yeah, it's still not as good. But then, like, if you actually use their app, like for instance, Fox had Nebraska and Minnesota. That game was in 4K, but you use their app, and it was like really looked amazing. Like it looked great. So I'm like, I should just drop YouTube TV, and then if I want to watch select games or whatnot, just have ESPN, have the NFL Red Zone, because that's normally what I watch. I won't watch every NFL game. I'll do Red Zone, and then maybe share a password with somebody. I don't know, something like that where. Because it's like, I think with everything, it's cost me like about $100 for YouTube TV.
Yeah, the prices keep going up because you keep stacking it.
Yeah.
And here's how they try to get you. They say you get a bigger discount for getting YouTube TV as opposed to getting the games through YouTube. But you have to remember that you have a monthly subscription to YouTube TV. So it's still, even though you're getting a little bit bigger discount, you're still paying that per month, and they're going to get their money regardless that way. So if you just get it through YouTube TV and get the smaller discount, you're not paying that monthly subscription to YouTube TV.
Yeah, and I started thinking about it where, again, it shows how things have changed, at least in my life. The only things that I'm watching that are normally live are sports. Like, it's not like I don't watch sitcoms anymore.
Hey, that means you probably need to get Hulu then.
Is that what they go
Hulu
for?
has live sports.
Oh,
that's
right.
Their deal.
Yeah.
The newest deal that they have with Jalen Hurts, that's genius too, because his name on the back of the jersey, it's Hurts, and then they pull the jersey out and it's Hulu has live sports. Because all those letters are in Hulu has live sports. His name spelled out Hurts. It's all in there.
Oh yeah.
So now that's genius to get him to be a part of it.
Yeah. That worked out perfect. Because wasn't it Baker Mayfield that was doing that for a bit? Like he was doing some
Baker
ads?
did some, and they had a few other players.
Yeah. I do remember. They have live sports. Because a buddy of mine has Hulu, but that's what makes it so complicated. Because the only reason my buddy, I think he has Hulu or something like that, because he wants to watch Cardinal baseball games. And it's like for Bally Sports, there's only one that can do it, I think, to keep the blackouts from happening.
Something Tubi or something like that.
Maybe that's what it is. It's something that's completely different that I don't have, because I have no idea how all that works. Like, it's a very complex. Like, I think I even read an article about this and listened to a podcast about just how, before it used to be, you just had cable or dish. I think the first thing when my dad, I was growing up, I remember he got DirecTV with his satellite dish, and my goodness,
that was ahead of the time.
It was like, and the cost of it and everything was a lot, and it was complicated, and you had to put it on your roof. Like, it was all of that. But just as time gone on, they'd always did the cable internet packages, and now it's getting to the point where everything's been so separated, because before it's like, hey, if you get cable, this is what you get. But now it's like, well, if you want ESPN, you can add it to your package, but ESPN also has a separate app, and then Peacock has a separate app, and then Paramount, and so everybody's going all over the place, and it's almost tough to keep up with of knowing what's the best deal and how to do it. But I'm just starting to get to the point where I'm like, listen, all I do is watch is live. That is sports. So I think I'm just going to do the bare minimum of payment of whatever gets me the most live sports, like getting the ESPN app, because that's going to, of course, have most of it, ESPN Plus, and then if like Red Zone somehow or whatever. But like I can't tell you
don't
last
watch.
time.
There's nothing that you watch outside of sports that like you're locked into, like certain shows that you're like, I have to watch these shows. There's nothing like that.
I do, but if I do, it's on an app. Like, for instance, I'll just use this as an example. The House of Dragons, 'cause I like Game of Thrones, and they had the House of Dragons show came out. Like, I don't watch that live on like YouTube TV via HBO. I just go to the HBO or Max. Go to Max app and do it that way. Same thing with like anything on Netflix that I've liked before. I just go on Netflix and watch it. But as far as conventional, like, YouTube TV, finding on ABC local channels, or finding on something just like MTV, like, I don't watch any of that stuff.
So you'll get that with Paramount, even if you don't watch it, it's there.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. But I'm like, I need to get a system in place of just being like, okay, what can save me the most money, but give me the sports that I need to watch without a lot of the extra stuff that I don't care about. Like, I know it's not going to be perfect, but I need to reevaluate how that works. I just did YouTube TV, honestly, from the get-go, because one, it was really easy and convenient to use. I think I got a discount on it from the very beginning. But when I was first started paying, I remember it was like $30 a month. And then now it's just like, well, hey, we added the ESPN so-and-so. It's like, okay, well, I guess it increases. Yeah. And it just keeps going and going and going. It's like, man, you guys are killing me over here. Let's go to the phone lines. Brad is not in Searcy. I was going to go to Brad in Searcy, but from the Southern Structural Solutions text line, 501 says, streaming has the best picture quality. Does it though? Like,
exactly. Like, even the game last night, I'm not sure if you experienced this or anybody else experienced it, but on YouTube TV, like, it was, cycling through for a bit.
I got that. Okay. I'm glad you said that, because I was looking on social media to see if anybody else was experiencing that. Was that just a YouTube TV thing? Or I wonder if that was just the NBC deal, but I think it was just YouTube TV.
Yeah, I think it was just YouTube TV.
Because I was looking, I'm like, what is this? What is happening? Yeah, it was like all these colors kept flickering all over the place, and that's
the problem that you run into with streaming. We know that Amazon had their issues last year, and it was their first year doing it, and so maybe they have some of those things worked out now. But those are some of the problems you run into with streaming at times.
Oh yeah, listen, nothing's going to be perfect. Everyone brought up with the satellites. It's like, oh, when it rains, you lose your signal. True.
And people still harp on that now, and that's not a problem anymore, because guess what they do? When it rains, they switch you over to the stream automatically.
So it's like they got the fail safe in place so to help you out, to keep that from happening. Yeah, because even cable boxes was a big thing, and even had somebody say from 501 saying no way antenna has some people. I know a buddy of mine that still has an antenna, an HD antenna. They get the local channels, and it looks great. Like that they use it that way.
That's probably the best picture you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up looking like it's like back 30 years ago. I'm gonna have an antenna. I'm gonna have different boxes and different apps, and trying to make it all work. But it's been pretty complicated. And okay, so Hulu Live was glitching as well, according to the 870. So
maybe it was NBC and their stream.
Well, they need it. If that's the case, then that's a problem, because NBC, you should know better. You should be better than that. But
come on, Peacock.
Yeah, seriously. And because there's still some disputes with some channel right now.
DirecTV doesn't have Fox or NBC.
Oh my gosh, I could come on now. How are we still doing this stuff, man? I get it that it's above my pay grade as far as the disputes and whatnot, but you're telling me that you can't figure it out to get people to watch the sporting events that they want to watch? That just it's absurd to me. And it takes so long, but it's just changed the game. It's kind of it's like TV and how we watch TV and live sports and everything. It kind of reminds me of college football, where it's just in the past 2 years, it's changed so much that I can't even keep up. I feel like just 3 years ago, everything was still pretty normal. I just have either cable or, Dish, or then there was a couple of streaming services, but now it's everything's either streaming. And if it's not streaming, then, it's there's it even as available. And what do you get out of it?
That's last week when we were getting calls about how to watch the Arkansas game. Yeah. And it was really simple, but people that weren't familiar with it, they didn't have any idea. They thought it was a lot more complicated than it was.
Yeah, because it was just streaming only on the ESPN app, on the Watch ESPN app, which, again, that won't be happening again for any more Razorback football games. But there's still a lot of games that will be mentioned as that for other events.
Every school is going to have a game like that.
Yeah, and then if you're a Razorback basketball fan, baseball fan, softball, whatever, so a lot of them, they're going to be on that plus. So, it's just good to be aware of it and to find it whenever you need it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy right now up in cable and watching sports. But hey, it's got its pros and cons, because the pros, you can basically watch any sporting event in some form or fashion. It's not like, oh, the only game that's on TV is the only one you can watch. It's like, man, no, almost every game that you want to watch is on TV. You just got to find it. But it is pretty complicated with the amount of outlets that are out there. But we'll continue it on here on an Easy Friday show. On Out of Bounds, we'll get to what's trending in the world of sports, as well as more of your phone calls and text messages. Ryan in Hot Springs, hang on the line, man. We'll get to you on the other side of the break, so stay with us.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. This week's special is stuffed bell peppers for only $6.49 per pound, with corn souffle for $5.99 per pound.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for 50 homeowners to participate in our first ever Rake in the Fall savings event. 50 homeowners will receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. We're looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser etch shower wall system. That's right. Homeowners will receive promotional pricing just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. The first 50 homeowners who call 1-800-357-0956 will save 75% on installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Amazon gift card with purchase And call 1-800-357-0956 now to receive a free $50 gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-357-0956.
For 20 years, Kelly Vick suffered from chronic back pain.
I would do something, and at the drop of a hat, whether it be a golf swing, picking up something, whatever, it would throw it back out again.
Pain relievers, chiropractors, nothing worked for any length of time. Then Kelly found QC Kinetics.
Listening to a radio station, I heard of QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, using powerful natural biologics to restore and repair damaged tissue with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime.
And at this point, it's the greatest thing that I've ever done.
Kelly's living life with no more back pain thanks to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics gave me freedom. I am pain-free.
Don't live with chronic joint pain any longer. Call QC Kinetics today.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
Call now for your free consultation at QC Kinetics.
501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. QC Kinetics. 501-222-8440. 8440.
We're back here with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Lots of folks talking football, but we're talking great deals, Wild Bill.
All of our customers are a winner right here at Motorsports Authority, folks. We're passing out the lowest prices possible for any vehicle that we got. We're passing out top dollars for the trades. We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. And I tell you what, folks, we're having a great time right here at Motorsports Authority.
In Russellville on East Main and Hot Springs on Central or online at msastore.com. Get here to Motorsports Authority.
Go Hogs!
Greenway is your local source for John Deere equipment and implements. Now, we've made finding the perfect piece of equipment even easier. Shop our tractor packages online at gogreenway.com. Till deeper with our down-to-earth package. Or save big with our Green Saver package. Need something with a little more muscle? Kick it up a notch with Greenway's Get In Gear package. We're here to support the DIYer in you. No matter what project comes your way, Greenway has you covered.
It's not just about the size of the meat, it's about where you get it from. So get it from Hoggs Meat Market in North Little Rock. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Point of parliamentary procedure. Don't screw around. They're serious this time. Take it easy. I'm in pre-law, man. Thought you're pre-med. What's the difference?
On 103.7 The Buzz.
If you're shopping for a vehicle, you want to get to Gwatney Chevrolet. Gwatney has best deals in the market, been doing it 60-plus years. Give them a call, 501-982-2102. Make a trip to the lot off the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. Shop them online, GwatneyChevrolet.com. You can see all the deals, the cash allowances, the rebates. Get by Gwatney Chevrolet today or this weekend. Be the perfect time to get a deal done. And they're giving thousands over book value, whether you trade a vehicle in or sell it to Gwatney Chevrolet. And you can appraise a vehicle on GwatneyChevrolet.com. You can also see the entire inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles on GwatneyChevrolet.com. And they have convenient service hours throughout the week. Also, Saturday, 7 a.m. until noon, in case you can't make it throughout the week. It's Gwatney Chevrolet, Arkansas's #1 Chevy dealer. Gwatney Chevrolet, GwatneyChevrolet.com.
It's an easy Friday show here on Out of Bounds. We're talking about some of the streaming and television and stuff of watching live sports. I actually saw that the NFL was blasting DirecTV because of an issue that they took with their advertising with Travis Kelce. Because I get it, but at the same time, it cracks me up because in DirecTV's overly direct spokesperson, they said in the first ad talked about DirecTV's Sports Central Hub and its sports pack lineup of networks, and it also talks about NFL Sunday Ticket. But the thing is just like that in Dish Network, they're saying because via, I guess, DirecTV or whatever, you can have the YouTube TV app like that gets through DirecTV or some sort of deal.
Really?
That's what. Yeah.
That's probably for. Is that for individuals or bars and restaurants only?
Well, according to the article, it says in the ads, Kelce is DirecTV's overly direct spokesperson, and they said the Sports Central Hub and Sports Pack lineup of networks. And it says that the league isn't too thrilled with the former Sunday Ticket partner of Travis Kelce, saying it's aware of the consumer confusion because DirecTV, as well as, I guess, it says, yeah, it says, but some could possibly imply that you can watch every game via DirecTV, which you actually can, but only by watching NFL Sunday Ticket through the YouTube app, which you can get through various other providers and streaming platforms like DirecTV.
Okay.
So it's basically a confusion thing, but the NFL was very upset by it.
And they are promoting Red Zone. Like everybody is promoting Red Zone. They're like, if you don't have Sunday Ticket, which they're not saying that, but they're promoting Red Zone because they are making it seem like you're going to see every game. But what it is, you're going to see action
of
from every
game.
game. You're going to see parts of every game.
Yeah.
Not going to see full games, but and so the reason that NFL is taking issue with that, it makes sense because they have their own platform where you get some extra benefits with it. NFL Plus, which they started last season.
Okay.
So that's why they would take issue with it, because they want everyone to subscribe to NFL Plus.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where the confusion comes in, where everybody's just trying to get paid. They're trying to get their advertising. Yeah. They're just trying to get their money is all it is. And the NFL, as we know, is a money-making giant in television. So, but when I saw that, I was like, man, that's directly kind of what we were discussing too. Let's go to Ryan, who's in Hot Springs. What's up, Ryan?
Oh, man, DirecTV can daggum kick rocks. I'm paying $132, and I only got like half my local channels. Are you kidding me? I basically just got 7 and 11. That's it. And I'm not intentionally trying to rhyme right now. I hope y'all know that.
Ryan, you're getting off easy, though, with $132. There are people that are paying a lot more than that.
I get that. I'm not disputing that. But what I am saying, though, and that's one of the more mid-tier, but my point is, though, that's still a lot of money to not get hardly any of your local channels is my point. I mean, you're paying anything over $50 and you ain't got none of your local channels. That's an issue. So I didn't get to watch the game last night, so I'm still kind of salty about that. Also,
hey, Ryan, what you need to do is contact DirecTV and tell them that you need an antenna, and they will give you one for free so that you can keep the service and you can still be able to get your locals through that antenna.
Well, I'm kind of over it anyway. I'm to the point now. I'm just gonna can it, save the $132 a month, and just get a regular antenna and then just be done with it. And if there's any games I want to watch, I'll just watch them on my phone. They've got an adapter for your iPhone that you can hook to your HDMI cord, just watch it that way. That's probably what I'll do. And then just save the money. But,
man, hey, listen, whatever it takes, Ryan, because there's an amount of things that I've done, like to watch games on TVs too. With
well, you got to understand too, right there where I live, like in the last. So had I not went to the Razorback game this past weekend, I live in a like little 1 mile grid that up till like a month and a half ago was not able to get internet, and they just now got it running. So that's how I would have had to watch the game on Saturday had I not went to it anyway. So, I mean, it's
Yeah. Hey, listen, hey Ryan, I'm gonna be at a wedding on Saturday, and I'm probably gonna have my phone out in the middle of the wedding. I'm watching it.
I'll be working. I'll be at work. So, but anyway,
everybody's gonna find a way to watch.
You got to find a way. Thank goodness for technology.
I hope y'all have a great day and go Hogs.
I appreciate it, Ryan. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, I mean, because I feel like when you anytime that you call up somebody that you're upset with, like service providers or like DirecTV or whatever, they'll usually throw you a bone.
They're gonna go above and beyond.
Yeah, I feel bad, and I'm sure they're not totally listening, but I have AT&T internet, and I got the fiber internet because
everybody does now.
Yeah, because
it's
so so readily available. But I have the one that's supposed to be like 1,000 gigabytes a second or whatever. And because with my podcasts and videos upload, it takes forever. So I'm like, I like having it to where it moves pretty fast. But it gets up there in price, and I'll call and I'll be like, hey, I'm about to cancel. And they'll be like, oh, well, we'll give you the old price again. It's like, so you can give it to me anyways.
For how long?
Yeah, it's like 6 months, and then I have to call again.
You gotta, call back every 6 months.
It's like, why don't you just do this like normally then? Like, why can't you just do it regularly? Oh, because you're trying to get my money.
Because of the fact that they don't want to offer it to everybody. It's like they'll offer it to whoever they hear from, but if they don't hear from you, then you're missing out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great business venture because they're just like, hey, hear no evil, see no evil. That's pretty much what it is. Let's go ahead and real quick jump into what's trending in the world of sports.
What's trending in the world of sports is sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansas with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
All right, what's trending in the world of sports? I mentioned the Chiefs losing to the Lions last night, 21-20, in the very first NFL game of the season. It was quite the barn burner and quite a huge win for the Chiefs. But a lot of great games that we will be talking about throughout the weekend coming up this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And also from the basketball side of things too, Germany beats Team USA in the FIBA World Cup in the semifinals. I got to see a little bit of those highlights, and the United States ended up losing 113 to 111 in World Semifinals play. So I forgot who it was that the Germany guy at the very end of the game, towards the end of the game, just put him on skates. Just
was it Wagner or was it Dennis Schroeder?
I think it's Schroeder. I think it was Schroeder. I retweeted the video. I have to go see. But anyways, it was I heard the Zone talking about it. Hey, basketball and a lot of players around the world have gotten better, and it's like you don't want to win everything, but sometimes it's just that's the way basketball is. As we say all the time.
Other teams are loaded with NBA players, but the two teams that probably have the most NBA players, they both got bounced on the same day, USA and Canada.
Oh, that's yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, well, listen, it's frustrating for those that are watching it too, but it's basketball. Basketball happens. We see it happen all the time where random teams will lose games. But also with real quick because we just got about a minute here, the whole thing with conference realignment and expansion, and Oregon State and Washington State have kind of been just left to their own fruition over there in the Pac-12. Well, now they're taking some sort of action because they have filed a legal complaint against the Pac-12 and the commissioner, seeking an emergency temporary restraining order to protect what the schools see as a, quote, imminent and existential threat to the future of the conference. And they said, with the intent of exploring opportunities to sustain the Pac-12, the schools are asking for board meetings of all 12 members for legal care to be canceled and legal clarity to be given on the voting rights. So essentially what they're doing is like, we want to have a say, we want to have some control. If we're going to be doing this, then we feel like we should be in direct control. If not, what are you going to do? Are you going to go join the Big Ten? I don't know, but they're trying to do some legal threats. We'll see if it actually happens, but we'll have some other headlines too to discuss. But coming up next, we're going to have Steve Sullivan of KATV. Looking forward to catching up with him, and we'll keep it moving on Easy Friday show. So stay with us.
Your home for Dallas Cowboys football is 103.7 The Buzz. Presented by Beachwood Pinnacle Hotels. America's team on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is paying your sales tax. 2 days only, September 8th and 9th. Everything included: guns, clothes, waiters, booths, stands, decoys. Get ready for hunting season at Fort Thompson's in Sherwood. Visit ftthompson.com.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
David Dunn here with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. We're the area's largest and highest rated independent diesel repair facility for all makes and models, from transmissions and brakes to suspensions and engine repair. If you're tired of high dealership prices and long wait times, come see what family-owned and locally operated really means. Expert technicians and the latest computer diagnostics will get your equipment back on the road fast. Take the England exit on I-440 to Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. 568-2185. That's Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer.
Get your popcorn ready. We've got the entertainment right here on 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
Searcy police detectives have made an arrest on child porn charges. Officers arrested 23-year-old Adam L. Williams on 7 counts of distributing, possessing, and viewing matters depicting sexual conduct involving a child. The investigation into Williams started after a tip came into the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Police say Williams is being held in the White County Jail and more charges could be on the way. Faulkner County Police arrested a man on charges related to recording someone nude without their knowledge. Nicholas Walls was arrested during a search warrant for video voyeurism. Now, during their investigation, police also found 11 grams of meth and drug paraphernalia. He was transported to the Faulkner County Detention Center where he will remain until his first court appearance. For more news and weather, download the free KTV News and weather apps from the Channel 7 Newsroom. I'm Ryan Houston.
Want to know about bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state? Well, tune in to Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Fletcher Auto Group, Shelter Insurance Agent Jamie Marsh, Stanley Hardware, and Cooper's Nursery in Cabot. Fishing Arkansas every Sunday morning from 8:30 to 10 on 103.7 The Buzz.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We've got a 30% chance of a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms today, especially in the morning into the early afternoon and mainly across the western half of the state. Clearing out after that and a high today around 89 degrees. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at the Riverfront Steakhouse in the Wyndham Hotel. Dinner for two for $60. Split a 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, and our famous salad bar.
Want to know about bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state? Well, listen to Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Axles Plus, Arkansas River Valley Roofing and Restoration, Globe Life Everett & Associates, and Dr. Brad White at Cersei Dermatology. It's Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings on 103.7 The Buzz.
Jackalope Cycling is passionate about the Arkansas outdoors. To help you enjoy this beautiful state, Jackalope offers an array of bike rentals to get you on the trails.
What about fly fishing from a bicycle?
You can't do that, but Jackalope also offers fly rods, reels, waders, fly fishing accessories, outdoor and camping gear.
Yeah, it'll be tough riding a bicycle and waders.
But you can still enjoy the Arkansas outdoors with Jackalope Cycling in Russellville or jackalopecycling.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
From sales, service, parts, and rental equipment, River Valley Tractor does it all and does it right. Your leading Kubota dealer is right around the corner with 5 locations throughout Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor, serving Central Arkansas in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, and Pine Bluff. Work smarter this year, not harder, with River Valley Tractor. Online at rivervalleytractor.com. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Joe Fortenbaugh.
As long as they have John Harbaugh, I think they're always in contention. He is a very underrated coach. He is outstanding with how he runs his culture, his locker room. He's been around a long time. He's produced great results. He's got a more than competent quarterback in Lamar Jackson. Zay Flowers looks like he could be the next big thing for the team at wide receiver. Mark Andrews is their top 5 offensive line. They've always been a good defense. They might not be great, but when was the last time you saw a lousy Ravens defense? It's rare. It's very rare. It's rare that they are lousy on that side of the ball. So if they have a competent defense, an above average quarterback, a good head coach, and some weapons, they're always going to be right there in the hunt. They need to figure out how to take the next step in the playoffs too. Lamar's only got 1 playoff win. That was against Tennessee. It wasn't an overly impressive game. And then the following week, he was at Buffalo in the snow, and they couldn't generate any offense in that game.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things. Getting ready for company with the Samsung Family Hub Plus refrigerator.
And football.
That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. Search for recipes, check out scores, or even stream the game to the screen at the same time, so you never miss a second of the action. Which means you can make your famous buffalo chicken dip and have more time for football. Upgrade your Saturday with Samsung and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Welcome to Rap Stories, a show where I get the background stories on some of my favorite rap albums by the artists who made them.
I was like, Tracy, I really need that $100. After Rule 336, I felt like I knew what I was doing in the studio.
Somebody said everything you did was in one take.
Who said that?
And you had Bobby Brown, you had Dallas Austin. Them were the days when we had real celebrities in Atlanta, Georgia.
You know where you come from. You'll always know what you're for.
I'm your host, David Dennis Jr., and we will see you soon.
Live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios, this is Out of Bounds.
We got to play a whole lot of people, and we haven't been able to do that much since I've been here. And the wonderful thing about that is that the second team had some threes picked a pass and scored. They basically won 7-3 when they went in, and the second team offense went down and scored. And, we've gotten away from did I get to play or not? It's how well did you play?
Yeah. With John Nabors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Joe Franklin.
We won't go in the shell. We're going to go in attack mode because that's what's required.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
I know that it's good when you sit it on my taste buds. I get way too bendy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest phone. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, broadcasting live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your afternoon. This afternoon, it's an Easy Friday show as we are getting you ready for the sports weekend. Arkansas and Kent State happening tomorrow in Fayetteville. I know a lot of people are making that trip. It's going to be exciting to have football back in Fayetteville. And not only that, but to be able to watch all the other great college football games. Or when I say all of them, I just mean like 2 or 3. But it'll be fun, once again to have that. And then the NFL and also high school football. It's just football is officially here. Every type of football is here, and it's so much fun to have. And we're going to talk more about that as we go to the phone lines and welcome in Steve Sullivan of KATV, just like he does and joining us every single Friday. And Sully, as always, appreciate you joining us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to another big football weekend.
Yeah, there's plenty of it going on. So let me just ask you about high school as far as what you got going on and what you're looking forward to on the high school scene this weekend.
I got a battle of the champions, 5A and 7A. Parkview travels to Bryan, and Parkview is loaded this year. So I think it could be a titanic battle there. If they can slow down Bryan, it could be a great game. They've got some awfully talented guys in that Parkview roster.
Now, when you say they're loaded, is that on the offensive side of ball, defense, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both on the line of scrimmage. They've got very, very good skill, a good quarterback. They got a little back, Montario Elson, who's probably the most underrated high school player in the state. He's not very big, but he is so dynamic with the ball. And he just doesn't have the measurables that major colleges would be after, but he is so much fun to watch. And on the flip side, Bryant has a lot of folks back too. Their backs are James Martin and Daniel Anderson are really good. Jordan Walker played a heck of a game, junior, the quarterback last week. So you have two dynamic teams there. And the question is, can Parkview slow them down? They have a good defense. They did last year. So I think this is going to be a fun game.
Well, Sully, I know we got a lot of things to try to squeeze in with you, but we'll just start with Razorback football. Saw what they did against Western Carolina last weekend, looking confident, looking dominant from the get-go. I know Rocket Sanders not going to be playing this week and maybe not even next week, but it doesn't look like it's long-term. Just what did you make of the game last week and also heading into this game against Kent State?
I think the only thing that disappointed me is we really didn't push him around in the line of scrimmage. We weren't able to get pressure with 4 guys, and we weren't really good in the running game. And this is when you play these type of teams, you should be able to point across the line of scrimmage and tell them we're going to run and still get 6 or 7 yards. But that didn't happen, and I think quietly Coach Pittman was probably not happy that they didn't just own that line of scrimmage. So I think that's going to be an emphasis this week, is to kind of grind it out a little with whoever's in the backfield. Whether it be Dominion, Dominique Johnson, AJ Green, whoever's in there, I think they're going to really establish the run and their physical dominance this week. And they hopefully get after the Kent State quarterback too.
That'll be a great motivating factor for those running backs, knowing that Rocket gets most of the share of carries there, but now it's an opportunity for, if not one other running back, several of the running backs to step up and show what they can actually do here in this game coming up against Kent State. So that has to be a great motivating factor for those guys and know that they're going to get more of an opportunity in this game.
Yeah, plus you look at the fact that Kent State gave up about 380 yards rushing in their first game. So you add those two facts together, and Coach Pittman said one thing the backs probably didn't do well last week was be patient and wait for the big play, and they tried to make the big play happen. That could be an issue again tomorrow when you look at Kent State on tape. You're thinking, man, this is the day I get that 70 or 80-yard run. And he says, those things just happen. They're not planned. And I think they just want some hard-nosed football. He's Coach Pittman has said from day one how physical this team is, and we want to see them, push those guys around the line of scrimmage.
Now, something I really like seeing too, Sully, was the wide receivers and the big question that they had. I know it's one game, but man, you talk about a trust. You talk about them catching everything, and it was really just not one guy. You're talking about Tesla. You're talking about Andrew Armstrong. You're talking about, even Luke Haas getting into the action as a freshman. Again, one game, but it certainly seems like the building of rapport and chemistry has certainly been established with KJ and some of his receivers that are new here.
Yeah, I think KJ made it easy for him. He threw some really good balls. I mean, he was really good for the opening game. You can see the work he's done in the off season, and I just want to keep him healthy and keep him clean. But it's so good to see like Tesla and Armstrong come from Division II and have success. And hey, just that one catch by Paz when he caught the ball, and then he was a rugged guy to get down. I mean, and he's been catching a lot of balls against our defense, which tells me when we get in SEC play, he's going to be a real valuable part of the offense. And the good thing about it is, coaches said throughout practice that they catch the ball well in practice. So this is just something they do, and it's good to see. Because you can see some key drops if you watch the NFL game last night. Kansas City Chiefs fans are not real happy after watching their receivers. And you take for granted that receivers going to catch the ball, and when you have a team that catches it so well, especially Tesla gets complimented all the time for his ability to catch. That could be a real factor for this team, and how good is that going to be for KJ? Where more often than not, receivers are going to be helping the quarterback.
Sully, what were your early impressions on what you saw from the defense, whether it's something good and something that can be improved upon?
I love what they did. I mean, they played 27 players more than 10 minutes. And I'm thinking if it's my first game for a new coach, like in my first game as defensive coordinator in the SEC, I'd probably be more careful with how many people I played because I want to put on a good show. But he wasn't. I mean, he played 27 guys, 10 minutes, at least 10 plays each, and they all played well. And when you play that many guys and you don't have a high breakdown ratio, that's impressive for a first game. And it's hard to argue with a defense that forced 5 turnovers and scored a touchdown. And, that was a great first game for the defense. I was so impressed. Guys like Spence, that we hadn't seen a freshman like that do that. And how about our man Satania? It is nothing more exciting in football than seeing a great return man and having the same guy returning punts and kicks that, when he gets the hands, and not every time, but he's got that chance, and he's got that sprinter speed that if he gets ahead of you, he's not going to be caught from behind.
Yeah, he's going to be explosive. I think there's going to be a time he takes it back. And, with knowing that Arkansas took care of business in that game, so again, 1 week, but what'd you just make of all the SEC and where Arkansas kind of stacks up? Because SEC didn't really have the greatest of weeks going up against some of the bigger opponents, and it's still tough to tell, but certainly looks like there could be some teams that may not be as good as what we thought they were originally.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in LSU. Well, I disappointed that maybe their fans are disappointed, but I thought they'd be more physical. Florida State, that was a surprising thing to me. That they were so physical at the end of that game that they handled LSU. And this week, Texas and Alabama, I'm interested to see that game because I'm not sold on Milroe at quarterback. And maybe he's a different quarterback this year. So this is a huge game for him. And, Texas A&M came out of week 1 feeling real good about themselves and their quarterback, Wegman there. And so it's hard to say. 1 week, it's hard to gauge a season on 1 week because I've seen so many seasons turn the other way after that first week. But, you feel better about yourself when you do play good in that first week.
Real quick before I let you get out of here, Sully, I know it's football, but hey, Razorback basketball schedule officially came out. Any sort of takeaway from that you saw, especially with the conference games?
Well, I thought it was pretty fair with who we were playing twice, and I think it's a fair schedule, and I look forward to it. And I like the fact that we get Kentucky twice, and it's and kind of the shoe is on the other foot now. We are the alpha in that rivalry. We've got the better team, and they're fighting to keep up with us. But it's always an electric atmosphere when John Calipari comes to Bud Walton Arena, and it is no guy better to beat than Calipari. That'll be a fun Saturday too. I'm glad they scheduled that on a Saturday.
Oh yeah, Auburn Saturday to open it up, and then you got Calipari and Kentucky on Saturday. Some good Saturday games, and can't forget the Purdue exhibition game even on a Saturday. So,
I love the exhibition game. I'm going up. That's the one game I could afford to go to. So I'm going to the exhibition.
Excellent. Yeah, well, I'll see you there, Sully. But hey, listen, as always, we appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the weekend of football, man. We'll catch up with you next Friday.
You too. You guys have a good time too, and enjoy the weekend.
All right, appreciate it.
You too. Take care, Sully.
That was Steve Sullivan of KATV joining us, just like he always does each and every Friday. And I did. That was something that when we talked about the schedule yesterday, home games, it's Saturday home games. Like, home games on Tuesdays are good and Wednesdays are good, especially when they're big games. But something special about those Saturday games, man. And
a lot more people can make that trip.
Yeah, make the trip. And then, say for Kentucky, because that's always been the tradition. I don't know if it's necessarily as much anymore, but that game was always on CBS. It seemed like when it was on Saturdays. Last year, I don't think it was on CBS because it was on a Saturday. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's normally been that way. So it's always just a big showcase game for that. But basketball will be here before we know it, but we're still in football mode.
But just getting into football.
I know. Like it's when that schedule came out, I was like, man, I'm excited about basketball. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I haven't got I got my feet wet yet on football. But that'll happen here soon. It'll be here, and then I'm sure people will be already moving on to basketball because they're already frustrated with their teams. Let's go to the phone lines. Brent's in Stuttgart. What's up, Brent?
What's up, John and Joe? I tell you what, I was listening to your things about DirecTV and YouTube and good YouTube TV.
Mm-hmm.
Good gosh, I got two red cheeks on my backside with DirecTV. I hadn't had channel 16 in a freaking over a year, and now channel 4 out of Little Rock is Gonzo. We pay enough money for DirecTV to build for the cable companies to be able to get their money. That's all I can say.
Got to call up and voice your opinion, Brent.
I have called it up, and they say, "We're so sorry, we're trying." I said, "Well, try harder."
Yeah, well, you're not the only one in that position. I just think it's crazy. It's been over a year. Like, I've heard of these problems happening, but over a year?
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Yeah, and you're missing out. And who in the blue heck wants to watch NFL on Prime? I mean, Kirk Herbstreit is a disaster. Then you got to switch over and listen to Andrea Kramer and some other chick if you want to listen to them. Who wants to listen to that?
On Prime?
Yeah.
Is it not Carissa Thompson? Is that who you're talking about?
The same difference, but you got two bad crews. That's all I'm saying. Prime. You need to go high prime time to do it.
Brent, they have Richard Sherman. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those guys are pretty entertaining.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not there for the whole game. You got to listen to Herbstreit. Herbstreit's just a money-making machine that puts no practice. There's no studying. That's all I can say. I'm frustrated with.
I can see that.
But I'm proud for the Detroit line. Andy Reid, go get Patrick Mahomes some receivers. Go get him somebody that can catch the ball.
Hey, they tried.
Please. And a running back would be nice.
Hey, when you pay the quarterback, though, sometimes, man, other areas are going to suffer, and that's kind of how NFL teams are built. When they pay those quarterbacks, they can't afford to pay everybody.
Hey, but Joe, to quote a great Otis, Ain't no sunshine when Patrick's gone. So you got to pay him, right?
Absolutely. Got to take care of him.
You don't have a choice, but kudos to Frank Ragnow and the Detroit Lions. They're my new working hard team.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they're a team that's easy to root for. Like Dan Campbell's easy to root for, but we got to see more from them. See if they have anything going from just this game. But it's a good start for them for sure.
Hey, before I let you go, y'all don't think I have any issues today, do you?
No, not at all. It's almost like a Trigger Tuesday move towards Friday or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it just hit me today. Okay.
Hey, listen, that's okay. That's okay. But you shouldn't be that way, Brent. It's Friday, man. You got to be excited about the season, excited about the weekend. No reason to have any sort of issues. That's why I call it Easy Friday Show. It's because it should be easy going. It should be chill.
Going to the game tomorrow, sitting in my regular seats in the
Excellent.
East End Zone Club or wherever that is. Going to eat lots of free food and drink lots of free drinks. So it's all good.
Hey, that's all you need, man. Well, have a few for me. I wish I could be there, but yeah.
I'll have a few Diet Cokes for you. That's all I do. So
hey, listen, that's fine. Or Coke Zero if you really want to get fancy for me, because they have that up there now too.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, Brent. Thanks for calling in.
How about Chris Jones too? Last night they kept panning to the box. He's sitting in the box, and even before the game, on the pregame, they panned to the suite, and you saw a big CJ. Saw those initials, so you knew that was the suite he was going to be in. And then he's sitting in between his two agents, and those guys are on the phone as the camera is panning to him. So you know that they're sitting there thinking like, all right, this guy can make a difference in the game. And then he shows up to the game, which usually you don't see that, but he's at the game in a suite.
Mm-hmm. Yep, in a game, in the suite. People making moves around him.
Fans coming up, giving him fist bumps, and yeah, I mean, it was
what a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like,
as somebody on NFL Network said, that's the most gangster move of all time to not be there to play, but to show up and get a suite and then be on camera.
Yeah, and make it very apparent that you're gonna be there, like as it was being reported that you were going to be there. Like,
but
man,
you know, it was brought up in the fact that he did want to participate in seeing the championship banner come down and everything. So that from that standpoint, you understand why he was there. Now, you wouldn't expect that he's going to show up in the same way for every home game. Now, if he does, then it's going to send even more of a message.
Yeah, because I think the message got across plain and simple. I don't know of any other way that it could be coming across, but I don't know. It's just, man, hopefully that doesn't happen again for Chiefs fans. They need to get that thing figured out because it's been nonsensical ever since. Lee's in Little Rock. What's up, Lee?
Hey, man, I've got to give a shout out to that Pat McAfee show on ESPN.
Yeah.
Have y'all watched that yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Excellent, man. Did you watch it last night? They had me rolling, man. It's really good.
Yeah, no, he's always been really good. That's why ESPN has brought him on. And I hope, and I think that they'll be, kind of keeping the same spirit of what it was for the, show before it became on ESPN. But I love when Aaron Rodgers was on there, because that's their partnership, and they're going to continue on. I guess it was Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. Is that the day? So yeah. At least they're keeping some of the same flow from the previous show still.
Yeah, they were talking about the Colts last night and the head coach and a quote that he put on the outside the locker room, and I mean it was really good, man. I didn't know that guy. I saw him on game day, and I didn't care for him much, but I happened to run up on that last night. But I was trying to find the game because, yeah, as we know, Channel 4 is off of, I've got Uverse, and it's gone. And but I found it on Paramount Plus, I think, last night. And but talking about, last night I pulled up my bill. My wife handles that, and I found that we're paying like $360 a month for Uverse and internet services, man. They're just is that what everybody else is paying?
Wait, hold on a second. Did you say $360 a month?
That is the going rate. But what you have to do is you have to call them and say, hey, I need your promos. I need your promotions. I need some discounts on this bill.
Like that's I don't know how many people, or maybe it's pretty commonly, but that's insane to me. That's absolutely absurd.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. But I got to looking around, man, and it's pretty high. I thought maybe I could go to YouTube TV, and that's pretty much what I think the same channels as on Uverse. But man, it's high, I'll tell you. But anyway, great show, guys. Thanks.
I appreciate it, Lee. Thanks for calling in. Absolutely not. Am I paying $360? That's dumb. That's insane. Like, I thought I was paying too much because with my internet and my YouTube TV and everything combined, it's like $170. I thought that was too expensive.
Yeah, that's why, when Ryan was talking about what he's paying, I'm like, dude, easy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you're out there paying that much just for cable and internet packaging or whatever, here's a PSA for you. Call your provider up and say that ain't happening. You don't need to be paying that much money. That's insane.
Then here's another way they try to get you. They're like, hey, bundle this phone, and instead of paying $150 a month for the phone, we'll knock it down to about $125. You're not paying as much. You get $25 off.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
And you bundle that, and then that's what'll make a bill like $360 because your phone bill is in there also.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they still do it or when they did it, but I think it was AT&T that tried to do that for me. It was like, yeah, get a phone. I'm like, what am I going to do with a landline? Like, what?
No, I'm talking about cell phone.
Well, see, but they were trying to give me a landline.
Yeah, they do that too.
Yeah. So I was like, what am I going to do with that? It was like, people still do that? I'm sure they do. So I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody.
Yeah, there are some people that they want to keep that number that they've
But for me, no, not at all. Oh, my Hosanna, it's the lesser of two evils. Glad thing we're going to a break here. We got more Out of Bounds coming up next. Stay with us.
For interior, exterior, commercial, and residential painting, hire the pros at Certa Pro Painters. Get your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
This is Sports Center.
It'll be a weekend full of football in the natural state. The Arkansas Razorbacks will host the Kent State Golden Flashes in Fayetteville. Kickoff is set for 3 o'clock. Coverage will start at 11 a.m. on The Buzz with the Hog Wild pregame show with Trey Schapp and David Basil. Stay tuned after the game for the fifth quarter postgame show. Arkansas State will host Memphis in Jonesboro with kickoff set for 6 o'clock. Coverage for that game can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. Central Arkansas will host Texas College in Conway with kickoff set for 6. Coverage will start at 5 on the Point 94.1. And the biggest game of the week nationally will feature the third-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide hosting the 11th-ranked Texas Longhorns at 6 on ESPN. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network. Tune in to 103.7 The Buzz as Justin Acree and Wes Moore broadcast live from each meeting of the Little Rock Touchdown Club. Brought to you by Arkansas Urology. Justin and Wes will broadcast live from the Doubletree downtown, bringing you interviews with each speaker and their comments to the club live. Monday, the Little Rock Touchdown Club welcomes Dallas Cowboys legend Tony Dorsett to the downtown Marriott. That's The Zone live at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Urology.
Bank OZK has always strived for excellence. During every economic storm, through every season of hardship, and despite every obstacle, we've reached for greater. Because we know to achieve excellence, you've got to keep pushing, keep building, keep growing, and just keep going. At Bank OZK, we're reaching for greater heights so you can be greater than you can imagine. Visit a branch or OZK.com today. Bank OZK. Greater awaits. Member FDIC.
Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer has 5 service trucks available, providing you on-site service to get you back on the road. If that doesn't do it, Stacked has a new state-of-the-art 13-bay shop for service and repair on all Class A trucks, trailers, RVs, light and medium-duty commercial vehicles, tires, brakes, AC, engine repair, transmissions, differentials, and driveline repair. Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer Repair. Get Stacked. 2 miles off 530 exit 34 in Whitehall.
Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is paying your sales tax. 2 days only, September 8th and 9th. Everything included: guns, clothes, waders, boots, stands, decoys. Get ready for hunting season at Fort Thompson's in Sherwood. Visit ftthompson.com.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Gary Elmore in Lone Oak, Justin Stewart in Malvern, or Drew Self in Hot Springs.
Need a new tractor, zero-turn mower, maybe even a new utility vehicle? River Valley Tractor has you covered. With Kubota equipment from River Valley Tractor, you'll find tractors that are rated #1 in owner experience to take on your toughest jobs with ease. Find them today at rivervalleytractor.com. Work smarter, not harder this year with River Valley Tractor. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
Join Roger Scott for game day watch parties at Boudreaux's Grill and Bar, 9811 Maumelle Boulevard in North Little Rock, and cheer on our team. The fun is at Boudreaux's, your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
There's only one place to stop for the best in meats in Central Arkansas. It's Hoggs Meat Market. Check out their monthly package deals of the best meats online at hoggsmeatmarket.com. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 3, number 4.
We got that wood right here, baby.
Somebody better look at this guy. He's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It's a great time to get to Twin Peaks for happy hour 2 to 7, later happy hour 10 to close. Enjoy all the food and drink specials that go along with it. Get a lunch combo starting as low as $7.99. If you want to take some food to go, you can order online, curbside, or to go, courtesy of Postmates, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. Twin Peaks has great drink specials during happy hour, apps for $2, $4, and $6. Bourbon and brews from 5 to 7. So there's crossover of specials with happy hour, bourbon and brews, and check that out starting at 5 o'clock. You can do something charitable with Twin Peaks right now through September 11th. You can donate $5 to Tunnel to Towers, and for every $5 that's donated, you'll get a $5 bonus card that you can redeem on September 12th through the end of September. And, of course, Twin Peaks has all the sports action on wall-to-wall TVs, plenty of seating inside and out. It's college football, NFL, all weekend. You're going to be able to watch all the games you want to see. Arkansas taking on Kent State. And UFC 293 is Saturday night at Asanya, taking on Strickland. It's all there at Twin Peaks. It's Twin Peaks. Eats, drink, scenic views.
It's Out of Bounds here on a wide open Wednesday, and we're having a lot of fun here on the show. And have a very special guest in studio for his first time this football season, and finally made a reason to come over and hang out with us here in the Hoggs Meat Market Studio. It's Nathan Bonin. What's up, man?
That game last night gave me enough.
I'm about to say you're probably flying high. I expect you to have some Lions gear on walking in today.
I mean,
can't go to work like that.
It was a really weird going into this. You're playing the defending champs. I'm a Lions fan. It's the Lions.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I mean, even when there was 2 minutes left, it was 3rd and 20. I'm like, no, don't.
Something's gonna happen.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I mean, you're getting ahead of your skis. You know what's gonna happen. But it was real strange. It was what was it, 4th and 25 with 2 minutes, 15 seconds left, and they went for it.
Yeah.
And they had 3 timeouts.
Needed Hunter Henry out there, man. I
didn't understand that. Why didn't they punt before the 2-minute warning and then use their timeouts? They went for it. I mean, I guess it didn't matter anyway.
So,
we had to get one first down regardless. But
what they felt like was as long as they kept the Lions from scoring a touchdown, they would still have a chance. Because if the Lions tacked on a field goal there, you got Patrick Mahomes,
but
we're up 1,
and you gotta. If we kick a field goal, then they definitely have to score a touchdown.
But see, they feel good about their chances of scoring a touchdown, so that's why they went for it.
Watching Mahomes in that game against Buffalo, what was that? Not last year, but 2 years ago. Back and forth. I mean, that just makes you like, hey, no, it is not over till there's 0 seconds. But man, they didn't even play a perfect game, and they still won. And I know, I mean, if Joe Klein's in here, he'd be no Chris Jones, no Kelsey, and I understand that you're without 2 of your 3 best players, but we're 1-0 and they're 0-1. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's football. Guys are going to be out. They're going to be hurt. They're going to sit. And I think Chris Jones is doing the right thing. I mean, they need to pay that man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they do.
I wonder if Rebecca in Hot Springs feel the same way. A residential Chiefs fan that always calls in. What's up, Rebecca?
Rebecca in Hot Springs actually called the show before yours to congratulate Nathan's father.
There you have it. No, hey, don't congratulate him much. He hasn't watched them in 20 years.
I mean, he even told me when they released the schedule and we were talking about it, I said, because he was like, y'all are going to beat us by 30. And I said, don't be thinking that. Y'all had a good
says
team
the
that-
guy who hasn't watched them in 20 years. He wrote them off, and probably rightfully so. They haven't been worth watching very much a year or two out of the last 20 years. But
Nathan, I respect your father because one of the reasons I respect your father because he's like I am. I was brought up no matter how bad your team sucks. I mean, I'm a diehard Royals
you stay
fan.
with him.
Come on. I'm a diehard Royals fan. Y'all, that's the second worst team in baseball, but they're still my team.
That's right.
I've
been watching the Pistons for 25 years. They won a championship 19 years ago, and they've been pretty terrible since. But hopefully before too long, they'll come back. And sports is set up in a way that you guys were talking about that yesterday, the Caleb Williams stuff, saying doesn't want to go at number one because I don't want to go to the worst team. I'm like, where have you been? Do you not know how this works?
That was his dad talking, though.
Yeah.
That wasn't him.
That's his dad talking.
I mean, I understand that. You want your kid to go to the best situation possible, but if you're the best, that's an honor. That's something that should be revered. I'm the best, and so they put me on the worst team because I'm the best.
To turn it around.
And like we talked about too, it's like how many players are quarterbacks, especially drafted number one overall, and end up having a lot of success with the team they get drafted by.
I feel like a lot of the times it's kind of boomer bust to me.
No, I mean it
could be anywhere from Zach Wilson to Joe Burrow. I mean,
yeah, but it's like you got Joe Burrow. I mean, like even Cam Newton, like made to a Super Bowl, won an MVP with the Panthers.
And look at Trevor Lawrence with the Jags.
Yeah, he's doing great.
You got to take your lumps. You got to learn, and you got to get better. And now the Jags, they might win their division.
Yeah, could happen.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, sorry, Rebecca. Sorry to ignore you. What's up?
It's okay. No, I did call to congratulate you like I congratulated your dad.
Wait a minute, Rebecca. You were on the phone before Nathan ever made an appearance. Now,
I appreciate the kind words.
What did you really call about?
I want to say something. Because I'm not going to make excuses. Chris Jones isn't why we lost that. The absence of him isn't why we lost that. Our defense only held their offense to only 14 points. Had it not been for that deflected pass, that we likely would have won that game.
Those wide receivers got to figure it out.
That was terrible.
They do.
Kadarius Toney is why we lost that game, and oh my God, Javon Taylor. I don't know why they even signed him. He had the same problem at Jacksonville that he had last night with movement, and they only
answer me this: you just won a Super Bowl. You got the best quarterback in the entire world. They get worse at right tackle and left tackle. Don't get me started on that right tackle watching him last night.
Terrible.
And they don't give him any help at receivers. I don't understand that.
I was pushing for him to go after D-Hop. I wanted him to go after D-Hop. And not to mention, we also had better receivers that weren't playing. We had Justin Ross.
Justin Ross and Rashee Rice. Like if Tony's not catching the ball, grab
him
some
off the
bench.
field.
Yeah, I mean,
take him out.
That's right.
And he just had, I know West, he had surgery on his knees, not his hands. I get that. But it was still back in late July. He missed all the preseason. He missed training camp.
I'm surprised they didn't sign a more consistent, reliable receiver. I mean, you don't have to get Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. Go get a DJ Moore or a Terry McLaurin or get somebody that you can rely on and know, hey, and that's peace of mind for Mahomes too. I mean, going forward, he can't feel good about that. I mean, they'll improve and that chemistry will get better, and drops are kind of like shooting basketball. I mean, sometimes they just don't go in. Sometimes you don't catch it, but it's mental. But before too long, this is not a hobby. This is your job. And if you're not getting your job done, you don't get to play.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I'm like, I didn't, because that's been Reed's MO throughout his whole career. He likes the veteran, just like he likes the veteran. All the fans were arguing about who they thought should be the veteran QB. I said, it's going to be Gabbert, whether y'all like him or not, because he likes the veteran presence in that locker room. And he likes a veteran to back up Mahomes.
Joe, did you see much difference in play calling last night with Bieniemy not there?
No.
I didn't.
Andy Reid's still
doing it.
No, I did. The play calling on when we
that third and one at the end, they were getting too cute. with those third and ones. You're running jet sweeps.
Rebecca, they've been doing that though, but the issue was last night they didn't convert. Other times they have converted.
Yeah,
true.
I thought Kendall Browse was ROCF last night. Getting cutesy like that. And then on 4th and 25, I'm like you. I'm like, seriously? You're going to do that?
Well,
why not just punt it? Punt it. Our defense has been doing good. Punt it.
My joys are your misfortune, but I appreciate the kind words.
You know what? It's like I told my husband. It's only game one. We got 16
Long
more
season.
left. Not worried. Long season. Not worried at all.
You enjoy the Spa City, and I'm sure those Kansas City Chiefs will start playing better.
Okay. Well, props to you and your team. Y'all did good. Talk
Thank
to
you,
y'all later.
Rebecca.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
You too, Rebecca.
All right. Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks for calling in. All right. So, I can tell you what, since we're behind it, we can do a zones hour today where we can just have a final segment of like a minute. So if we want to, and so that way we can get our picks in because we got a lot of great games, college and NFL. So we can just
or we could take the break and come back.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do take an early break, and then that way we don't want to associate ourselves with zone and their timing. But we will go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll get to our picks and what we think is going to happen with college and NFL games, and we'll keep it moving on Easy Friday show. Stay with us.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you're wanting to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Justin Acre reminding you that if you want the job done right, then don't stress. Just go with the best. CertaPro Painters is your go-to painting company. You can get your free estimate scheduled at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. People who are going to be responsible and people who are going to be accountable to you and your family to make sure your project gets done right. So if you've been thinking about sprucing up your home or business for the fall season that is almost upon us, you need to get CertaPro on the case. Use the company that I've used many times over the years. It is CertaPro Painters. You'll be happy you did.
Having pain like that and not knowing how you caused it and for how long it's lasting, it's debilitating.
QC Kinetics patient Diane Richardson hated not being able to live her life to the fullest due to joint pain. But then she called QC Kinetics, where regenerative treatments helped her pain go away.
The result was phenomenal.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using natural biologics to restore and repair damaged joint tissue.
This was a great alternative for me as opposed to going in and possibly having surgery or something else. There was no downtime, and that's what I love. My life is too busy for me to be sidelined.
If you're tired of constant pain from arthritis or injury, don't think the old treatments are the only treatments. Discover regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics.
Just to feel good and know that I'm out of pain is the best thing ever. I'm able to do everything that I want to do.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort presents Oaklawn Game Day. It's an inside look at the week's big games, exciting prop bets, and the latest betting lines from Oaklawn Sportsbook. Justin Acre and Oaklawn's Director of Sports Wagering, Zach Gillum, give you all the information you need to place your bets at Oaklawn. Catch it on the Buzz Wednesday at 8 p.m. and again Thursday mornings at 5:30 before Morning Mayhem. Oaklawn Game Day on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Without a plan, the future is just what happens to you. In some ways, you can't have a future without a plan because all you really have is what you're doing now and a hope that it all works out. Don't gamble your financial future on hope. Tune in to the Get Ready for the Future show for straight talk about retirement, investments, and your money. Saturdays at 10 a.m., now exclusively on 103.7 The Buzz. Genworth Financial Advisors is a registered investment advisor with securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
Make it the event that everyone wants to attend by getting your meat for tailgates, parties, or just family get-togethers at Hoggs Meat Market. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
We might run into some chop. Chop? We could handle chop, right? I mean, it's a 170-foot yacht.
No. We're not going anywhere unless he says it's safe. All right?
It's
Don't
safe.
worry about
It's
the
safe.
chop. You don't know about chop.
Oh, really? And you do?
Chop your credit card in half. How about that?
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It's Out of Bounds here on an easy Friday show, and as easy the show has been today, it's not as easy as going to Gwatney Chevrolet and getting you one of those brand spanking new vehicles that they have to choose from, whether it's a Chevy Silverado or a Chevy Equinox or even the Tahoe, which we know is always great for tailgating. It's football season. You need to get into the tailgating mood. You don't want to go out there with some beat-up vehicle that you pop the trunk open and there's a little bitty ice chest because you can't fit anything in the trunk. Don't be that guy. Don't be that group. Nobody wants to come and party at that tailgate. Be the tailgate that everyone wants to come to with a great vehicle, brand new at Gwatney Chevrolet. They have plenty of inventory to choose from, no matter what your vehicle needs may be, and they are going to be there to help you with their award-winning sales staff and their service staff, too, after the purchase to be able to help you out with all of your vehicle needs. So no matter what it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is the place for it. There's a reason why they're Arkansas's #1 Chevy dealer. You don't need to go to any other place. That's the place right there in Jacksonville off the Gregory Street exit at 1301 TP White Drive. You can also check them online at GwatneyChevrolet.com, see the inventory, but just go in person. It's always better when you have a personal touch and get to talk with their salespeople in person. But no matter what it is, GwatneyChevrolet.com and Gwatney Chevrolet, they have you covered right there in Jacksonville. It's Gwatney Chevrolet. And got John Nabors, Joe Franklin, and Nathan Monin here in studio, getting you ready for the weekend. And we got to get to our picks because there are a few good ones to dive into. So let's go ahead and chop it up.
All right, we had 6 games last week, and our current standings are Nathan, Chris, and me at 4, John 3.
Yeah,
so we're close.
That's what
How
I
many
thought.
did we pick? We didn't pick that many games.
6.
6.
Yeah, it was just the college games too. So yeah.
So
There you go. You got to turn that down for Sue. Sue's going to get mad at you guys again.
There we go. She'll be able to hear us, though. We're going to keep these mics high, and we're going to talk loud enough.
There we go.
So we're going to start with Nebraska, Colorado. Nathan.
Man, it's a hard game. Especially, I mean, with what we saw from both of these teams last week, Matt Rule kind of stumbles over his feet, can't get it done week 1. Colorado with the big upset over TCU. It's at Colorado. I think this will be a close game, but with Colorado coming off a big win, going back home, give me the home team. Give me Colorado.
John.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on this one too, because I've been someone who's like, I'm not saying Colorado's not for real. I'm not saying Deion's not for real. I'm not saying anyone's not for real. But we see how many times a team has that big win to start, and then they have a coming back to earth type of situation. So just for the sake of feeling like that is something that will happen in this case, probably going to regret it, but go ahead and give me Nebraska. Give me Nebraska on the road.
Like that pick, John. Get on that island.
Yeah, because I'm going to be.
Colorado.
Yeah, I figured I would be on that island, but that's okay. Hey, listen, it is. Then I'll know after that game.
This is what makes it fun, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Ole Miss at Tulane, Nathan.
Ooh. If Tulane wins this game and then goes undefeated, do they get a look in the playoff?
They need to. Yeah,
they should.
Absolutely.
They should, but I don't know if they will, but they should.
Doesn't. They get shut out. UCF wins their self-proclaimed national championship. Is this any different than that?
I mean, it just depends on what other teams do, honestly.
Yeah, look at the result of what Tulane did last season also.
Yeah.
Tulane looked strong last season. They look strong right now. I'm kind of a believer. It's it's very rare that SEC teams go on the road to play non-Power 5 teams. This is hard because Lane Kiffin scores a lot of points, and you're not going to want to.
According to Bet Saracen, over/under is only set at a mere 66.5. So
66.5. Give me. I'll take Ole Miss. I really want to take Tulane, but
take them. Take them. Get on it. Okay.
I trust Vegas too much.
See, I'm kind of with Nathan on this one. I think Ole Miss wins, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a shootout. I'm rooting for Tulane, but I think Ole Miss gets the victory in the end.
We're all on Ole Miss. So so far, we've agreed on all the picks. A&M and Miami. Nathan.
A&M and Miami. Another probably good game. I think Miami needs to get something going. They really do. Close game, 2:30 game, prime time for ABC. Give me A&M. I don't like that. I don't like that pick, but give me A&M.
John.
So A&M's favored by 3.5 according to Bet Saracen, and I'm okay. I'm gonna take the U, and the reason being in Miami is because Bobby Petrino is the OC, has not had the best record when he's gone to the state of Florida. All right.
Okay.
He's got a losing record whenever he's played a team in Florida. Going to
peeling
Florida.
Some of the onion layers back. I like that.
Yeah. So that's all I got. That's the only reason I'm picking this one. So give me Miami.
Okay.
I'm rooting for him too.
Okay.
All right. Chris is taking A&M, and I am taking A&M. So John is on
another
Miami
island.
Okay. But that's a result I would love to see is Miami actually step up and finally take that next
break
step.
A&M's confidence.
That'd be
before the
great.
Hogs
That'd be
go play
nice.
them.
That would be nice. Anything that can help.
Iowa at Iowa State.
Take the under. Oh my goodness.
Battle of the gambling schools.
Exactly.
You know the contract stipulation for Ferentz's kid.
Yes.
The offensive coordinator. He
It's
has
stupid.
to average 25 points per game throughout the season, or he gets fired. Which last week they scored 24 points.
Right. So he's already behind.
Where's this at? This is
Iowa
at
State.
Iowa State. Iowa's probably more sound.
Bet Saracen minus 4.5.
Give me the former Michigan quarterback, Cade McNamara, and the Iowa Hawkeyes.
John.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this one's tough. The over/under, by the way, is 36.5. So, but I'll also take Iowa. Give me the Hawkeyes.
I like the over in that, actually. We're all agreeing we're taking Iowa.
Yeah.
Kent State at Arkansas. Nathan, score.
Yeah, but say don't even ask who's winning. Just as a score.
Hogs will roll this first game in Fayetteville. Everybody should be up there. Hopefully the weather's good.
It is.
Give me the Hogs 48-13.
Huh? I say Hogs win 59-10.
We all have 10
yeah.
similar scores there, but Chris says 63-10. I say 49-10.
Okay, so blowout city, pretty much is what we got.
Yep. Texas
this is a big
at
one.
Bama. Nathan.
I know who I want to pick, but I know who I should pick. Anybody picking against Bama when they're at home is probably not in their right mind. That being said, give me Texas.
Oh wow,
give me Texas. I'm taking them.
Oh man, see, I can't do it. Not yet. Still give me Bama. Nick Saban. Until something else happens, I got to go with old Nick Saban in Texas or Nick Saban in Alabama at home.
We're split on this. Chris is going Bama. I'm going Texas also.
Right.
Should be a great game.
I like it, Joe.
NFL Panthers at Falcons.
Both these teams won't be very good this year.
Somebody has to win that division, though.
Yeah, but it ain't going to be either one of them.
You don't think so?
No.
There are a lot of people picking the Falcons to win the division.
Give me the Saints.
As of our picks yesterday, yeah, you went with the
I'm
Saints.
not a Ritter guy. Yeah, new quarterbacks. I think it'll be a little ugly. They got a learning curve to get over. Give me the home team. Give me the Falcons.
John.
I'm gonna go with Carolina. I think with Bryce Young being in there, I think he has a nice little start to his game. I think it's an ugly game, but they get the victory just barely. So give me Carolina on the road.
Chris is going with the Falcons. I'm going with the Panthers also. We're going to speed it up just a bit. Bengals at Browns. This kind of was a tough pick that, thinking through it. What do you have, Nathan?
I'm not a Deshaun guy. Give me the Bengals.
John.
Battle for Ohio. Also give me the Bengals.
We're all going Bengals. Bucks at Vikings. Nathan.
Man, I think the Bucks are going to be like one of the worst teams in the league this year. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, John.
Give me Baker and the Bucks.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely.
No
They're
way.
gonna win this
John
game.
going Bucks Island. Chris and I going Vikings. 49ers at Steelers.
49. Ooh, this will be a good one. Brock Purdy still has a little bit to prove to me. Steelers at home are tough. They just signed Bosa. Give me 49ers.
John.
I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. TJ Watt, I think, shows out. Defensive player of the year.
All right.
We're split. Chris is going 49ers. I'm going Steelers. Packers at Bears.
Ooh, divisional right off the bat. At Soldier, I think Packers have a better coach. Jordan Love is a question mark. Give me Packers.
John.
Give me the Bears in Chicago.
Chris is going Packers. I'm going Bears also. Dolphins at Chargers. Nathan.
This will be a good one. I think both of these teams will be good this year. Give me the Dolphins in a shootout.
What do you have, John?
I also got the Dolphins winning this one in a shootout.
I'm picking too many road teams.
Chris is going Chargers Island because I'm going with Dolphins also.
Okay.
Cowboys at Giants.
Oh, this is another divisional. And again, I want to pick the away team. Yeah, I think this is Dak's year. He's got to do it, or I think they're going to move on. Give me the Cowboys in a close one.
I got the Giants winning just so I can hear all the Cowboys fans freak out and panic after one game. So give me the Giants. Give me New York.
Chris is going Cowboys. I'm going Giants. So we're split on that one. Like the way it shook out this week.
Let's say
a lot of different picks. We're not all on the same side.
And there's not really many islands except for more me being on Bucks Island, but I'm fine with that. I'll ride or die with Baker Mayfield. That'll never come back to haunt me. So,
famous last word.
Yeah, seriously. But no, that's the thing is like with NFL starting up, college football has a few games that are of note, but I mean,
well, even the one tonight. There's a one tonight.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Illinois
Kansas and Illinois. That's going to be a shootout. I think.
I don't know about shootout. Illinois, they don't score a lot of points.
Well,
they want to lock you down.
Kansas can score points.
Right.
Illinois, I mean, Bert.
Bet Saracen has it as a 56.5 point over under. So I think that's
a lot
fair.
Of points.
Yeah. I mean, it
should be a good game though.
I hope so. I
would take that under, but Illinois needs this win.
Well, and don't forget about Stony Brook and Rhode Island too. That game's tonight.
I'll take any football at all times.
Hey, me too. But we still got another hour of Out of Bounds coming up next, folks. Gonna have a lot more fun here on an Easy Friday show. So stay with us. Third hour coming up.
Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is paying your sales tax. 2 days only, September 8th and 9th. Everything included. Guns, clothes, waders, boots, stands, decoys. Get ready for hunting season at Fort Thompson's in Sherwood. Visit ftthompson.com.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Dan Cook in North Little Rock, Steve Fisher in Stuttgart, or Jay Vandover in Little Rock.
Hey everybody, it's John Nabors. Listen every day at Out of Bounds to hear what Joe and I have to say about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Find them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
The great American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men. I think I'm ready. On 103.7 The Buzz. KABC Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
A student at Pulaski Heights Middle School was hit by a car Thursday morning during drop-off. Little Rock police say the student wasn't severely injured, but was taken to a hospital to be treated and is doing fine. They didn't share any information about the driver of that car. The Little Rock School District says they're investigating the situation. Arkansas Comic Con is back at the State House Convention Center today through Sunday. It's another star-powered lineup as Star Trek stars William Shatner and Jonathan Frakes will make an appearance this weekend. Joining them them will be Karen Ashley from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as John Glover from The Walking Dead. The Comic-Con event will also have in-show events, including Q&As with celebs, costume contests, board games, and so much more. To view their full events and schedule, visit arkansascomiccon.com. For more news and weather, download our free KATV news and weather apps. From the Channel 7 newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We've got a 30% chance of a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms today, especially in the morning into the early afternoon and mainly across the western half of the state. Clearing out after that and a high today around 89 degrees. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at the Riverfront Steakhouse in the Wyndham Hotel. Dinner for two for $60. Split a 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, and our famous salad bar.
This is Trey Reed from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz, inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me Tuesday nights at 7 p.m.
Brought to you by West Rock Landing at Lake Maumelle, Edwards Food Giant, all about tire and brake, Battery Outfitters, and Trader Bill's Outdoors, Hot Springs, and Little Rock locations.
It's the Wild Side, Tuesday at 7 p.m., only on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Do you own or operate Max, Volvos, Freightliners, Kenworths, Peterbilts, or international trucks? We can offer you the same dealership level computer diagnostics with highly trained and professional mechanics without dealership wait times and cost. Whether you're a municipality, fleet, or small business with one truck, come see why our customers have made us the highest rated independent repair shop in Arkansas. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Take exit 7 on I-440 or call 568-2185.
Planning an outdoor event this fall, Arkansas Portable Toilets has the perfect solution. Rent a portable toilet. No, I'm not talking about your typical porta potty, although they do have those. I'm talking about a luxurious portable restroom. From 2-stall to 10-stall and everything in between, Arkansas Portable Toilets can accommodate. Your guests will be stunned at the quality and amenities, from climate control to an entertainment system. Call Arkansas Portable Toilets today, 501-430-3158, or just go to the website arportabletoilets.com.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. For the past few months, we've been asking you to give us a chance to buy your cars, and the response has been great. We really appreciate all of you who brought your cars in and turned it into cash. We've purchased hundreds of cars from fine people just like you. Folks, we're still buying cars every day. So look around and see what you or your family has in the garage that you want to turn into cash. It's really easy, folks. Just come into Fletcher Dodge and ask for Chris or Andy. We'll buy any vehicle and we'll pay you more than anyone. We can't find enough vehicles at the auto auctions to meet the demand, so we're extending you this offer to the public. We'll pay you more, so don't wait. We've purchased hundreds of cars from fine people just like you. Come see us today for the best cash offer on your car, truck, van, or SUV. Just ask for Chris or Andy. We'll pay you more, so come see us at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood. Thanks.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months. And River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Register now for the 2023 Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge for your chance to win a 50-inch flat screen TV and a Twin Peaks man card. Make sure to submit your picks each week so you can have the most points at the end of the season. Whoever has the most points will be the 2023 Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge winner and receive the 50-inch TV courtesy of Bud Light. Register online at 1037thebuzz.com under the football tab. Only on your fun and game station, 1037 The Buzz.
NFL opening night is coming, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is hooking new customers up with a can't-miss offer. Place your first $5 NFL bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code OUTCOME to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. That's code OUTCOME, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios, this is Out of Bounds.
We got to play a whole lot of people, and we haven't been able to do that much since I've been here. And the wonderful thing about that is that the second team had some threes, picked a pass and scored. And they basically won 7-3 when they went in, and the second team offense went down and scored. And, we've gotten away from did I get to play or not? It's how well did you play?
Yeah. With John Nabors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Joe Franklin.
We won't go in the shell. We're going to go in attack mode because that's what's required.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
I know that it's good when you sit it on my taste buds. I get way too bendy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down, we playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest phone. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, Nathan Monin, broadcasting live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your afternoon. This afternoon, been an easy Friday show here on Out of Bounds. Folks, if you want in on the conversation, 501-661-1037 is that number to call or to text in. Is getting you ready for the full slate of football games, and only NFL Week 1, but continuing on with some of the college football games too, and some storylines with that. Also, I was hoping that when Nathan Monin walked in here, he would have had hand holding up number 4, like the team did, and lining up with something like that for Michigan.
Like in memoriam, R.I.P.
Yeah,
like he's not dead.
Yeah, that's what I first saw about him. Like, this is the type of stuff that you see when they're honoring somebody, but like when they had the formation out there, and then I was just like, man, they are really
J.J. McCarthy's like free
Harbaugh. I mean, man, it's trouble in paradise up there. Our athletic director is he's fighting against it. Like, I feel like he's on the other team, and he's just self-imposed sanction. There's not one SEC school or head coach that they would have done this to in the SEC. They would have said, "Are you kidding me?"
Unless they wanted him fired.
Let's go to litigation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's draw this out,
and
nothing will ever happen. It's like, well, why didn't we do that? Like, we could do that. The NCAA really doesn't have jurisdiction. What are they going to do? What are they going to go arrest you on the field? Like, they don't have power really anymore. I don't get it. I'm afraid it's our last year with them, but hopefully this year goes well.
Well. See, Michigan, I think they took the stance where they were in negotiations and they said, let's just go ahead and
get out in front of it,
and
be proactive. I get that. It's just, you can't be too delicate with this situation. You've already you've made Harbaugh take a big pay cut. Then you raise his salary, and I mean,
but I think it's from the standpoint that he may have been on board with it. Like, let's get this done. Let's get it behind us and move on.
I doubt he was on board with it. just knowing my 2 cents. Knowing him and knowing
what's the relationship with
is not good.
Okay.
Good.
Well, that
Frosty.
may change
New president that came in. The president and Harbaugh are on the same wavelength, and the AD's not. It's not good.
Well, I just think about the scenario you played out. Like, if this was Nick Saban, man,
there's just no chance.
Alabama would have had his back
chance.
all the way.
Oh yeah, no. In fact, like, even if the indication that something was going to go against Nick Saban, they'd fire the AD. They'd be like, no, you're out.
Future implications of whoever we get after him. It's like, well, do they have my back if something goes wrong? It's like, you want to have no doubt that that they're on my side.
Speaking of that, something you just mentioned, it just jogged something. We were talking about the president of the Spanish Federation, the women's soccer. So the controversy they have going on with him, do you know what happened with them recently?
No.
They fired the coach. Like, the coach led them to the Women's World Cup title. They fired the coach, and the president is just like suspended. So it was almost backwards where they're looking at the situation, trying to come up with some way to solve it and resolve it there. But the coach has had issues leading up to it. He didn't get a pass in the fact that they won the Women's World Cup. You got this controversy going on with the president.
Crazy.
They decided to make a move on the coach.
Oh my goodness. It's like, it's like you talk about trying to, in a roundabout way, justifying how that works and connects. That's something.
Usually winning will forgive a lot of miscues. But
listen, I know it's like we bring them up all the time, but I still think that the most incredible and I think in a negative way, like the fact that Bobby Petrino was still fired from Arkansas is like one of those things that just, and I remember how shocking it was for people, because they're like, whoa, hold on a second. A guy that was coming off of 21-5?
Yeah. Are we sure?
In an SEC football program? Like, we doing this? Like,
when you peel the stuff back, it was probably the right move. But
how many times, though, if you peeled stuff back, was it probably the right move for a coach to get fired but didn't? Like, I mean, there's probably a lot. I mean, I still laugh about the Rick Pitino thing at Louisville. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that whole thing.
He lasted a lot longer than anybody expected.
Like,
while you're on it, so Juwan Howard punches another coach, and just sit out 2-3 games.
They'll be fine.
More times than not, that is grounds for removal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But like we've talked about so many times, it's only removal if you're losing. Because it's like, what was it? Sean Miller at Arizona?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, they were fighting for him, when all that stuff came out. But then as soon as it's all right, well, okay,
when it
we
turns, it's like, oh, this isn't our guy.
We never liked that guy anyway.
It's interesting how
Will Wade.
Will Wade. Yeah,
it's very case by case, school by school. All of these situations are different, and everybody kind of makes different decisions when they're faced with them. But same time, there's discussions to be had, because it's not like a one size fits all. Here's the rule book. If they do this thing, they're out. If they don't do that, I mean, you don't really. It's kind of at your own discretion.
Yeah, and and you have to weigh it as a whole, like president and AD and everybody involved. It's like, okay, so let's look at the pros and cons here. Let's make our pros and cons list. If we fire him, if we don't fire him, what's it going to cost us? What's it going to cost us in maybe some lawsuits, or how much or money are we going to lose because our winning goes down? Like, because once you get as everybody knows, once you have a coach that can win, you're going to ride that until you can't anymore.
You do everything you can to keep them.
Yeah, and we saw, like with Arkansas being the prime example. Like you lost Petrino. I'm not saying it would have been 11 wins every year, but I mean, it definitely would not have spiraled out of control as quickly as it did at Arkansas. Wins-wise.
And that's why they get out in front and they extend Pittman, whether you think that was good timing or right move or not. It's like, hey, if we even think that this is our guy, we got to kind of build a fence around him and make sure he knows that he's comfortable here and we're on his side. But every school is different. Like we were talking about earlier, Billy Napier might not finish the year out.
Yeah.
If Les Miles. If Brian Kelly doesn't right the ship,
that would be funny.
That's a massive buyout. But schools like that, they barely blink at that.
Yeah.
Well, Jimbo Fisher, same thing. He brings in Petrino to be like, hey, this kind of last ditch. Yeah. I mean,
Florida and LSU won't blink. Auburn, but A&M, they're blinking right now because they're like, that's a little bit too much money on the table.
Not only that, but I'm almost positive. I have to go back and check for Jimbo's contract, but I'm pretty sure not only is he guaranteed the entirety of the contract, but he's guaranteed within 60 days of the firing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's
go get your cash.
I just couldn't imagine. Yeah, if
go to the bank.
If I'm Jimbo, why am I working? Like I know, like I get that he's a coach and everything, but I'm like, if I have that type of contract where I know if I get fired, that I get all that money and I get it within 60 days. I'm like, man, what am I doing?
Well, that's still a competitor.
I get that,
it brings you to the conversation of diminishing returns. It's like, hey, if we do try to cut bait here and try to hit the reset button, how long is it going to take us? How much money is it going to cost us? And if we don't, what's the next 2 or 3 years going to look like? It's like, well, Jimbo's won a national championship in the past decade. Maybe give him a little bit more time. I understand that as well, but fans are crazy.
But he signed a 10-year, $75 million deal when he got hired. And then they gave him an extension and a raise. So that's what I'm saying.
Mel Tucker at Michigan State.
Yeah, man.
$100 million 10-year deal. How's that looking right now? I mean, it's looking awful right now, and you're stuck with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so think about people complaining about coaches making $6 and $7 million. It's not even close to what's at the top anymore.
Yeah.
It's wild how much they're getting paid now.
I know, but it's like it's
But
just
it's
the
the
market.
market.
Yeah,
It is.
It's the market that drives it, and it's not going to change. I don't see it, and especially with these television deals and how much it's going on in these conference realignments.
Well, how much should they get paid? I'll tell them the same thing I tell people buying commercial property. Well, how much is this worth? Whatever someone's willing to pay for.
That's it.
That's
right.
what it's worth.
Are you excited about a conference? Flying out to LA for a conference game here soon?
Yeah, that'll be weird.
Or maybe to Eugene, Oregon.
Oh my goodness.
Or where's Washington? I don't even know what city that Washington is.
Spokane.
No, I thought that's Gonzaga. That's in Spokane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wherever it's in
idea.
Washington, Pullman. Yeah, that it is. Yeah. So yeah, conference games out there on the West Coast.
Yeah,
How about that?
a real quick drive for Rutgers to go out to UCLA.
I can't wait for USC volleyball to go play in Piscataway in a conference game. Yeah, that's going to be
The world we live in will look very different, which is really interesting because the Pac-12 has completely crumbled and dissolved in the past couple months.
Yep.
They look really good right now.
Yeah.
A lot of Pac-12 teams look really good
Football-wise,
right now.
yes.
And you're like, wait a second, you've got a pretty good conference. Why are you?
They had a good one
blowing it
last year
up?
because they had I think they had 5 teams finish with 10 wins or more last year.
Well, it brings us back to the point. Why are we letting TV networks dictate?
We all know
the
why.
game
The
that we
money.
love. Well, I know
Yeah.
it's always about money. I mean, you don't have to go too far to know.
I mean, they're
it's
shortening the
about
game.
money.
They're trying to shorten the games as much as they
Shorten
can.
the games. They're trying to get more commercials.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just
That's why I love.
maddening.
That's why I love Chip Kelly's comment for UCLA.
Oh,
We
yeah, I
walked
hope
off
you
the
guys are
field.
selling a lot of commercials. I'm like,
Yes,
that's my
thank
guy.
you. Thank
I
you.
love
Because
that.
here's the thing, like with baseball, for instance, baseball, I feel like there was a complaint or there was a problem. People are like, games are too long or whatever. I don't know one single person that ever said, you know what, football games are too long or anything like that. So shortening up the game is literally just for that.
For
You can say
baseball,
you can
it's
everything.
worked. For baseball,
Yes.
I think it's done a great. It's been successful
It's
in
been
what they were
awesome.
trying to do. Baseball and football are not the same game.
No.
What college football? I want less football. I want the games to be shorter. I want less possessions. Nobody's saying that. I don't think
12
that's
regular season games,
That's
man.
not the problem. The guy in the red hat who comes on the field and holds up the 3.5 minute sign, that's the problem.
I hate that guy.
That guy is the worst guy in the stadium at
Yeah.
every game.
Yeah. And
It
just
does
keeps
get
growing.
ridiculous though when you get
Too
to the end of the
much.
season, bowl games, and you get to the playoffs and national championship game. That game is way too long.
I
So
don't
I think
disagree.
they were looking at that extreme, and they were wanting to implement it throughout the season.
I guess, but it was just like, I don't know. I feel like you're almost getting a little bit of a short change deal, and the game's having to change where
You
it wasn't
definitely
something. It wasn't something that had to change. Like I'm all for change if it makes the game better or makes the product better. But
It's
this was
not.
something that it's not necessary.
Also, it's for TV. Yeah, money.
Oh, well,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
But it's for TV because you think about those windows that they put up. Like, how often does a college football game fit into that window? It never does. If they say it's from 11 to 2:30 and the next game kicks off at 2:30,
Bleeds over into the next one. You got to wait to watch the next one
Yeah.
because this one hasn't finished yet. It's
so that's what they're trying to improve upon.
Yeah, but I just hope that they don't continue to do it like in like college basketball games. Like if they're like, oh well, these games are too long, so we need to have more media timeouts.
My
But then make it to where it's a
They don't
running
fit
clock.
I
At
just
all.
want
They
to be
don't
able
even
to
come
watch.
close
I
to
just want to
fitting.
be able
Yeah.
to watch them without it buffering. I mean, we had to watch the Michigan game last week on Peacock, and you got to stream it. It's
Yeah.
like, hope you got good internet because you can't watch it any other way.
Well, yeah, that's in basketball, college basketball. I hate those 8 p.m. tips. I'm like, it ain't gonna start 8. It never starts at 8.
No.
It's like 8:30. And then when they really get it going, and then just everything else goes along. It's a frustrating thing. It's
It
frustrating.
They
but
want it to fit into a 2-hour window, and that's not
Sheesh.
possible.
No.
yeah, like we do not have to do that. In fact, Mark says on our Southern Structural Solutions text line says, yes, we have got to stop shortening these games. It is not too long. You will never convince me otherwise. So I feel like a lot of people feel that same way. Just because again, baseball had it for reasons of it. Like football, again, I wasn't complaining about too long a game.
Nobody was.
And then only time like the championship game and stuff, I was like, it's once like the year or a couple times a year.
Fine.
But for
We're
just
happy to watch it.
Saturdays, yeah, I had no issues with that.
How many fans do you think the Hogs are gonna have?
At this game tomorrow, I don't know. I mean, I'd say 55 to 65 in that range.
55, that low?
Well, no. I'm saying like worst case scenario 55.
55 wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
50, yeah. 55.
No. I completely agree. I'm just saying like worst case scenario 55, but probably more in the mid 60s, 60,000. Yeah, I would say.
Good weather. First game in Fayetteville.
I haven't checked it.
Teams 1-0. Come out. I mean,
they'll be good. There'll be people there.
tournament.
There'll be people there, and they want to get to the other games too for the ones later, because I think in Fayetteville, let's see, tomorrow it's gonna be high of 86 and sunny. Like, that's hard. That's nice. Yeah, there'll be a good crowd there. Hopefully it's a quick game at halftime. Like where it's already over and in hand, because I have to go to a wedding, so I can only watch the first half. I just need that to happen in that way. I'm being selfish over here. That's all I'm wanting. I'm being selfish over here. Let's go to the phone lines. Big John's on. What's up, Big John?
Hey, what's going on?
Sorry.
You're talking about the games being played, with a Eastern Coast team playing someone out west and all of that. Well, the logistics of that is like, think about it. Auburn is playing California.
Right.
They played their football game Saturday afternoon. Immediately had to get all the gear washed, cleaned, their game gear, and they worked Sunday loading up the truck. The truck leaves Monday morning. It's a 3-day drive, so they don't get out there till yesterday. And then they played the game, and now they moved the game back to like 6 p.m., which is 8 p.m. Auburn's time, which means that their game doesn't get over till midnight Auburn's time. They immediately load all the game gear up, get it all back on the truck. It trucks back for 3 days. It gets back. They got to get it all re-prepped and ready for the next game. So, and logistics are just a nightmare.
Yeah, I know that's an issue that a lot of them run into, and that's just for the football team. I mean, you think about all the other sports too. That's the concerns that people have, but I guess it's probably going to be one of those growing pain things that's going to have to take a little bit to really figure it out.
Yeah, you get some of these, the Pac-12s or whatever, you get East and West Coast teams playing each other, and I need to get in the travel business.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah,
it's a great business to be in.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be any problems that money can't fix.
Yeah, If you got enough money, I mean, hey, there's direct.
Everybody's got their role.
Yeah, there's a direct flight into LA pretty much everywhere. Let's be honest. So, but hey, appreciate the phone call, Big John. Like, again, that's what is or at least a concern. But when there's that much money involved, people are like, we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. We'll try to find a way.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to Sterling and Center Ridge. What's up, Sterling?
Hey, nothing much. UW in Seattle. But they play their game.
Are they they're in Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was right outside Seattle.
Yeah, Seahawks play their home games. They would be doing that stadium. The game about baseball, talking about speeding that up, and it has sped the game up, pitching, and that was a problem because it was used to dead time, adjusting batting gloves and belts and stuff like that.
Stepping out of the box, stepping in the box.
But even with that has not brought more people to the game. That has not brought grandma who haven't watched baseball to start watching baseball, and it hasn't helped. I mean, it may have helped a few people getting out 30 minutes early, I guess, or 25 minutes early, whatever it is. I mean, people act like it's saving like 45, 50 minutes.
Well, I think it's just about maybe the long game, though, Sterling. Maybe not right now, but the long game itself will probably be that
optics, too. They want to appear that they're trying to
make it faster. Yeah.
And y'all touched on the football. It's just, with those games, we're getting too long. 4-hour football game is too long, but all they did was fill it up with commercials. I mean,
no doubt.
I mean, they'd be doing a lot of stuff, but just more. A lot of stuff being done for no reason, and some stuff being done strictly for money, which is why I can't stand when I hear people talking about NIL and all this stuff going to ruin college athletics when every move is made because of money. I mean, you got schools transferring conferences left and right. So I mean, it'll it'll all work itself out. It's just funny to me that the only thing that everybody wants to limit is how much the student athlete gets paid, gets out of the team.
Yeah, they don't want to limit the TV networks.
Yeah. Well, don't limit
nothing but still.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's people with concerns for NIL, and I think that's rightfully so. But I don't think I wouldn't. If anybody's doing that, then that's dumb. But yeah, nobody should limit the amount of what players or anybody should make on NIL. It's just more about having some sort of regulation behind it, because I think it does need that. I think a lot of people think it needs that
structure.
Yeah.
And for the reason of level playing field, college athletics have never been a level playing field, and it never will be. So I mean, if you want to have structure, I get it, and have one set of rules is one thing, but to say make it more competitive or put everybody on a level playing field, that's not the case.
Well, I think Sterling, it's more about like it gives you hey, this is where you can go with it if you get to that point. Like it's like, yeah, not everybody's going to have the same amount of money at a university, or not everybody's going to have the same amount, but it's going to be to where, hey, everybody's playing by the same rules, kind of like the football game. I mean, everybody's going to have the same level of talent. Everybody's going to have, the same coaching or the same schemes, but nothing's limiting you from getting to that point of still playing within the rules of a game. I think it's just a matter of trying to do what's best for everybody, so that way they know where everybody's at, making sure that school over there is not doing something that you can't do, just like in games. Like, you don't want anybody to have an unfair advantage in the rules of the game itself, even though some teams are going to be better than others.
And what's funny about that is the people that complain about that the most is the people that had the advantage in the first place. Like Alabama, for instance, when they start getting outspended by A&M, then all of a sudden it's
you can't stockpile 5-stars on your second and third string. Now those guys, Drew Sanders is coming to Arkansas and then going to the NFL.
Yeah, it's kind of like when he hated the hurry up, no huddle offense and stuff, and he had to adapt and change. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. So hey, appreciate you calling in, Sterling. Have a good one, man. As we're up against it, because it's talking about college football and how much it's changed, college sports and how much it's changed. At some point in time, I hope it just slows down, where the change just takes a break. For conference realignment, for NIL, for transfer portals. It's almost hard to keep up with. Like the college football sports, like from 5 years ago, it's night and day. Night and day difference. So, but hey, listen, we got a lot more coming up on the Easy Friday show. We'll do some Bet Saracen prop picks for Double R on the other side of the break. So we'll have some fun with that for the Razorback game too, and keep it moving on an Easy Friday show. So stay with us.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
This is Sports Center.
The defending Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, dropped the first game of the year, losing to the Lions 21-20. The play of the game came on one of 4 Kadarius Toney drop passes.
This is 3rd and 6. Mahomes throws the cross. It is intercepted on the deflection. Brian Branch, the rookie, ties the game with his first NFL touchdown. Welcome to the NFL, Brian Branch.
The Lions handed the Chiefs their first Week 1 loss since 2014. It's the first time Detroit has won a game at Arrowhead since 1988. And Team USA was beaten by Germany this morning 113-111 in the FIBA World Cup, denying the USA a shot at gold. USA will face Canada on Sunday in the bronze medal game. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is paying your sales tax 2 days only, September 8th and 9th. Everything included: guns, clothes, waiters, booths, stands, decoys. Get ready for hunting season at Fort Thompson's in Sherwood. Visit ftthompson.com.
River Valley Tractor, your leading Kubota dealer of Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor is closer than you think. A company that cares for you is right around the corner. RiverValleyTractor.com. With 5 great locations to better serve you, visit River Valley Tractor in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, or Pine Bluff today, or find them at RiverValleyTractor.com. Work smarter, not harder with River Valley Tractor. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
If you haven't stopped by Arch Marine lately, you are literally missing the boat. And no boat is complete without a Tohatsu motor. Arch Marine in North Little Rock has them ranging from 3.5 to 140 horsepower. That's Arch Marine in North Little Rock. Take the Levy exit.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you want to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Bud Light Little Blue Book is back on Drive Time Sports. Each Thursday at 4, Randy will open the Bud Light Little Blue Book, giving you a chance to call in and give your predictions like a pro. You can also submit your predictions on live fan feedback and the Buzz text line. Just give Randy the correct final score for the upcoming Razorback football game and the tiebreaker, and you win money, courtesy of Bud Light. It's the Bud Light Little Blue Book only on Thursday nights on 103.7 The Buzz. For a full list of rules, visit 1037thebuzz.com.
Get only the best customer service and the best selection of meats at Hoggs Meat Market, where they have sliced boar head deli meats and cheeses. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
I got to ask, because I've always wondered, why did that happen in Fayetteville, Arkansas? What took you there? It's just so weird. It's
visiting friends,
Okay.
but yeah, Dixon Street.
Dixon Street?
Yeah, Dixon Street was it'll get you.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It's Out of Bounds here on an Easy Friday show, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's not as easy as buying a vehicle from Guadney Chevrolet, because they have all the vehicles that you could possibly choose from right now. You know, if you go to their website at GuadneyChevrolet.com, it'll tell you all about the different deals that they have to choose from. You don't just have to take it from us or take it from me in the commercial. You can see it for yourself at GuadneyChevrolet.com. And right now on a 2023 Chevy Silverado, which is what I have, and I am a huge fan of it, they have for well-qualified buyers 0% APR plus no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. And you also get an additional $750 cash allowance. That's on a brand new Chevrolet Silverado. How about the Equinox? 2.1% APR and $1,250 cash allowance on those vehicles. And they have plenty of them to choose from. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of all the great deals that they have. And when it comes to their service department, it's one of the best there is. So when you buy your vehicle from Guadney Chevrolet, always take it back for service, no matter what it is. If it's tires, if it's oil changes, whatever your vehicle needs, they can take care of you, because that's just one of the many reasons why Guadney Chevrolet is the place for all of your vehicle needs. You can go over there and see my guy Grant in the sales department. He'll hook you up, one of the best guys in the business, and they'll make sure that they get you in a vehicle that you love and that you can afford. So no matter what your car, vehicle, whatever it's SUV, truck, anything, Guadney Chevrolet has you covered right over there off the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. They're Arkansas's #1 Chevy dealer for a reason. It's Guadney Chevrolet and GuadneyChevrolet.com. Again, it's an Easy Friday show here on Out of Bounds, as we're having a good time, talk a little football and getting in on the action. So we know there's a lot of good stuff happening this weekend in the world of sports for football side of things too, especially with the college football landscape and a little bit of NFL action and all that good stuff. And we'll get some of our Bet Saracen double R prop plays here in just a little bit. But let's squeeze in Brian, who's in Bryant. What's up, Brian?
Hey, guys, have y'all noticed watching college football games how the patches on the referees, they're not aligned with the conference anymore? They all say CFO. Y'all don't know anything about that? Or
I didn't pay attention, actually.
Yeah, there's not one. Even the ACC game with Clemson and Duke, all the official shirts had CFO. They weren't aligned with the conference.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I never noticed that. I'll have to check it out this week and see if that's still the case.
Check it out this weekend. All right, bye.
I appreciate it, Brian. I mean, it could be if that's the case, could be a number of reasons. Like maybe it's because did they always wear them whenever there was non-conference games, like against two opponents, and they would still wear like if it was an SEC versus a Pac-12 opponent.
On that.
Yeah, see, I can't remember. I don't pay attention much to the officials' uniforms, to be honest. So, but I will now pay attention. Thank you, Brian. You're going to have me have an OCD about it this weekend. But listen, there's a lot of good stuff, especially for Razorback taking on Kent State tomorrow. Kickoff at 3:00 at Bet Saracen, and the Bet Saracen app is where you need to make all of your bets when it comes to sports betting. But they have some really great prop plays, as we always like to have, the double R prop plays to be specific. And we like to go through some of those and what we're feeling and if we're buying or selling any of them. And again, you can go to betsaracen.com or you download the Bet Saracen app for some of these great ones. All right, so with the double R prop plays for Arkansas and Kent State, this is an interesting one to start. You got Jacoby Criswell. We know the backup quarterback for Arkansas, over 24.5 passing yards and over half a touchdown. I feel good about that one. If it's going to be as blowout city as much as we're thinking. Like surely Chris.
Right. If he gets on the field, then yeah, that's definitely something to feel good about. But,
yeah. Plus 120, by the way. Is what that one is.
Absolutely. So, let's go with it.
All right. Nathan, would you take Jacoby Criswell over 24.5 passing yards and over a half touchdown against Kent State? Yes. Yeah. Let me guess you can put on your mic. Yeah. Yes. I think we are on board in that one. So plus 120 for that one. But as we know, further we go along, the longer the odds become. KJ Jefferson, over 60.5 rushing yards and over a half rushing touchdown, plus 230.
No,
I'm not taking that. I don't want him rushing for 60. I don't want him rushing for that one. So, yeah, we're passing on that one. Jaden Wilson, the guy who took the first touchdown to the house for Arkansas. This one is over 84.5 receiving yards and over 3.5 receptions, plus 250.
That's tough. That's right on that line.
It is.
I like that.
That's a good one. But, man, you're taking it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with it.
All right. I'll take the Jaden Wilson one because, again, they got a plethora of wide receivers and targets to throw to.
Got to spread the love, but I mean, you make plays like that second play of the game last week.
Confident.
I'm going to give you the ball a little bit more.
Yep, plus 2.5 or 20 or plus 250 for that one. Now this one's a little defensive flavor. Jaheim Thomas, who was really good last week for Arkansas, the linebacker transfer from Cincinnati, over 8.5 tackles.
A lot of tackles.
And over 1.5 tackles for loss at plus 300.
Okay, so saying he was good last week, how many tackles
did he have last week?
I think he actually ended with 8 tackles last week. I have my stat sheet.
They usually build the next game props off of the previous game props, and they're enticing you to take it. And what did you say the odds on that were plus 300?
Plus 300 for that one.
That makes it seem less likely to actually happen because you got better odds.
We know how our guy Double R gets down.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna pay attention.
He knows what he's doing.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah. Because I was trying to see and know exactly how many tackles he had. Jaheim Thomas. So yeah, he had 8 tackles, and in fact, that's what he had: 8 tackles
and 1 for loss,
and 1.5 for loss. So yeah, it's
can he duplicate last week?
Go under on that.
Yeah, I'd go under because that's tough.
So don't take it. Stay away from it.
Yeah. So the next one for another wide receiver flavor, Andrew Armstrong. Now again, just remember we're getting to the higher odds ones here. Over 79.5 receiving yards.
Got to catch a bomb,
but over 7.5 receptions.
Of catches.
That's a lot of catches.
I'd go under there.
And he wasn't even the most targeted receiver.
I'd go.
And that doesn't mean it can't change from game to game.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, and especially knowing that in this particular game, you're hoping that the starters go out and get the guys other reps. that's the case. Now, this is one, again, higher odds, but I kind of like this one. It's defense again. Landon Jackson, over 4.5 tackles.
Okay.
Wait. Let's go back to Tesla again.
Or you mean Andrew Armstrong?
Andrew. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot of catches.
It is. I'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go with that one then. Yeah, because, I mean, listen, it could happen because, I mean, you talk about one bomb can make the difference. And, if he ends up having one of those games where he's always open.
One bomb can make the difference on yards.
Yeah, but not
still
the
got to
catches.
get those receptions.
Yeah. But the Landon Jackson one, though, over 4.5 tackles and over a tackle and a half for loss. I think I'm taking that one.
I
I'm
like that
taking
too.
that one.
He's real active, good motor.
Yeah, I'm taking that one, and I think that because again, it's all it takes is because I feel like if he does make tackles more often than not, he'll probably be in the backfield anyways.
Right.
But yeah, I like that one. Now the Tesla one, he's also in the mix. He's at this is plus 350 by the way, over 67.5 receiving yards. And over 4.5 receptions.
I like that one better than
I
the
do
Armstrong
too.
one.
Yeah,
I
that
do
one is a
too.
better one.
I'm taking that one all day. So there we go. We got 2 in a row there. All right. So here's another one for KJ Jefferson. Plus 400. KJ Jefferson over 249.5 yards passing.
Like it.
Over 3.5 passing touchdowns.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But we all think, what? 48, 59, 63, 49.
It's going to be high scoring, but it's a matter of how
they're going to score, but
run the ball
but
in, or
yeah,
they're going to throw it.
When you get down to the 5-yard line, you're probably going to be handing it off.
But then
is there any Dominion?
No, there's no Dominions on the props because his is he's kind of been banged up. He may not play.
That's why they did.
Yeah.
Well, but I thought he was playing, but Rocket's not.
Well, but
Green's probably going to be.
It's going to be Green. It's going to be Dominic Johnson. It's going to be Isaiah Gustav. It's going to be those that are probably getting the most carries. So, but I'm probably passing on that one again. Bet Saracen has it going on. So I mean, they got these again longer odds. So it's not like these should be surefire ones. But
what player from the game last week impressed you most?
I mean, I don't know. Like I really liked what Tesla and Andrew
Really?
Armstrong, both of those guys. Yeah, they looked really good.
Think they'll start throwing the tight end more? Enos loves the tight end.
Yeah, they will. It just takes some time. They target him.
And keep in mind, you usually don't show everything you got.
Oh yeah,
especially against the first couple opponents. You try to install basic stuff first.
Mhm.
Let them get the ropes there, and
Yeah.
then start ramping it up.
To tell you what, how about this for a little tight end flavor? And then this is the longest odds from Double R props with Bet Saracen. Luke has freshman tight end over 19.5 receiving yards.
Yes,
and over 3.5 receptions.
Now that's the part.
That's yeah.
3.5 receptions.
Who knows if he's going to get 3 even targets?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I like it though.
Okay.
I like the yardage.
I like it. Enos loves the tight ends. I think it's a good way. You got to get him incorporated. This is the perfect time to do it. He's a freshman. Get him comfortable out there. Get him turning around, ball coming quick. Get him some hits and get him comfortable because I love the tight end.
Yeah, if it was like 2.5 catches, I'd feel good. But man, that 3.5.
All right, I'm remembering this one. I'm stamping.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna hate on anybody. And just for finally a little special teams before we get out of here, Cam Little over a half field goal. So he's got to make a field goal.
Oh, yeah.
And over, this is the kicker,
5 or 6.
Over 7.5 PATs. But hey, if you're thinking, though, that they're going to, that's 49 points. That's 7 touchdowns.
But
or 8 touchdowns. So
8
touchdowns.
That's 48 points. So the field goal for sure.
Yeah.
Staying away from that one.
Yeah, see, it's plus 425.
They know.
That's why they're good at it.
Because they're better at this than we are.
Yeah, I'd probably pass on that again.
That's why you get great odds on it, though.
6.5.
That's true. That's true.
6.5 PATs, I think, but that's 7.5. But yeah, we're passing on that one. So yeah, folks, that's just a little bit of what Bet Saracen has on their app. So check it out, betsaracen.com, and you can get all these Double R prop specials as well as all the different specials they have for all the sports going on right now in the NFL, Major League Baseball. Everything and anything you need, it's always about Bet Saracen. We're going to take our final break. When we come back, 3 and out, close up shop, and get you ready for Drive Time Sports. It's all next.
The Boys and Girls Club of Central Arkansas invite you to the 2023 Leader of the Year Luncheon honoring Hunter Yurichek featuring Master of Ceremonies David Basil. With your generous support, Boys and Girls Club of Central Arkansas will create opportunities to help more kids and teens achieve great futures. The Leader of the Year Luncheon will be Wednesday, October 18th at the Clinton Presidential Center. For tickets and additional information, visit bgcofca.com.
Roger Scott, I'm going to talk to you about Sigma Supply packaging products and how they think outside the box. Sigma Supply, they're problem solvers. Now, they've been helping business owners for years with their waste audit analysis program. They're going to come in, they're going to analyze your packaging and shipping and see if automation is what you need to cut costs. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg with Sigma Supply, and you can schedule your waste audit analysis. Here's the number, 501-617-4600. Sigma Supply packaging products. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BEST for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BEST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BEST for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
Attention seafood lovers, Eat My Catfish is back open in Little Rock. The new Eat My Catfish in Riverdale is located in the Riverdale Shopping Center beside the movie theater and Ace Hardware. Eat local, eat fresh, Eat My Catfish.
Johnston's Home Center presents Andrew Chambly when he joins Randy and Rick on Drive Time Sports every Tuesday through football season. Johnston's Home Center. If you can't find it at Johnston's Home Center, you probably don't need it.
When it comes to bikes, here's what you want. Reliable, fast, and tough as nails. That's what you get at OCC. And after a crash, that's what you get at Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton.
Paul Senior knows this. We're the Arkansas law firm motorcyclists have counted on for years.
We work fast to get you the best results, and we're tough where it counts, fighting for you.
Reliable, fast, tough as nails. These are the guys I'd call anywhere in the state. Dial 888-8888. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater, Bob Sexton.
For all the times you multitask, Malvern National Bank has technology to make banking easier. When you need to transfer travel money into your account while on the go. When you need to pay your friends back for lunch. When you need to check the balance on your account. When you need to locate the nearest branch or ATM, or when you need to deposit a check and don't have time to go to the bank. Simple to use website tools and apps at your fingertips. To find out more, visit mnbbank.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Great selection here on the left, but what about my trade-in, Wild Bill?
We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. We'll put top dollar in that trade. I'm getting country fried crazy during this sale right now, and I'll tell you what, folks, it's a lot of fun to do business with us. So if you're wanting top dollar for your trade, you need to come see us.
You can check out the complete selection online at msastore.com. Better yet, come see us in Russellville on East Main, in Hot Springs on Central. You better get down here to Motorsports Authority.
Touchdown!
Check out Hoggs Meat Market's monthly specials and meat packages at hoggsmeatmarket.com. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people.
Kane is in the building.
Their time is done. It's over.
Over? Did you say over?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone. I play real sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising.
It's time for 3 and Out. It's been 3 hours, and we are...
Boom. Out of here.
All right, it is time for 3 and Out. A few headlines, a few storylines, a few things that we got to dive into. And I've been moving fast throughout the show, so there are a few things that we do have to dive into and that we missed out on. But where was it? Actually, I was going to be bringing it up. Oh yeah, so a few things in the baseball world. You know, we talk about how things are getting down to the nitty gritty for Major League Baseball. Well, Walker Buehler not returning to the rotation for the Dodgers this year because team announced that he's in the late stages of recovery for a second Tommy John surgery, and he will focus on coming back to the start of the 2024 campaign. So around this time of year, though, that's when all these teams are starting to try to make the moves and get to the very end of it and try to make it work. But if you're a Dodger fan, that's not exactly what you wanted to hear, but you still got the best record in baseball, so you should be okay. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know all football mode right now, but these Major League Baseball playoffs should be pretty fascinating because I don't really know who to go with or to bet on, but it should be great.
So something we were talking about as far as paying your quarterback and then not having a lot of money to spread around. Joe Burrow got a contract extension, 5 years, $275 million, $55 million a year. And T. Higgins, one of the star receivers for the Bengals, he was asked about a possible contract extension. He says, I have no clue. My job is to come in every day and do what I do best, work and catch the ball from number 9. So it's already started with Joe Burrow getting paid. And we know these receivers, they're top-level athletes, and they expect to get paid too. So you have to figure out how to balance that out as an organization.
Oh, man.
I like that answer, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let the money guys figure it out. I'm here to play ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's because some people could probably take a lesson from that and how they're doing it. But so apparently it's still going on with the reactions from this whole NCAA deal with Tez Walker, the player that was ruled ineligible by the NCAA. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Mac Brown and giving out his statement, which was very strong. And apparently there's so many people that have been bringing up things against the NCAA. Like, for instance, it was brought up with JT Daniels. JT Daniels was allowed to play.
He's played
for half the country, it seems like.
JT Daniels has played against Texas for 3 different teams.
Yeah.
How does that work?
But he's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. In fact, JT Daniels, which I completely forgot that, yes, he is indeed still playing college football. This is his 6th year playing for his 4th team. His 4th team.
That's ridiculous.
And so it's like, that's where the problem with the NCAA comes in hand. There's no consistency. You suspend a coach for something, but you won't for another. You give a team like all these probations and all this stuff for one thing, but teams like North Carolina basketball for making up a class is fine. Or Kansas, like what was that? Wasn't that supposed to be some bombshell that was supposed to be horrible for Kansas basketball?
And what do you know? Nothing ends up happening.
Yeah. So it's just the inconsistency that happens, but still, it's not going to change the NCAA. I think they're realizing they're on a sinking ship. It's just a matter of a time and place of when it'll actually come to an end.
We often get relationship news. The latest that Page 6 is reporting, Bill Belichick and Linda Holiday, who's from Little Rock, are no longer an item.
Man. So is that what they were called? Is just an item? Like that they weren't were
they married? It's been weird that Belichick, he's been wearing a ring. So, a few months ago or within the last year, they said they got married, but now they're just saying that they were longtime partners.
Ah, okay.
Whatever.
Well, and it's not them saying it. This is what's coming from the report on Page 6.
Yeah. Long-time term partners, whatever it is. Yeah. Well, I guess somebody ask him about the ring in the press conference. See what he says. I'm sure he'll give a great response.
Yeah, he's going to be fired up about that this weekend.
Oh, I'm sure he is. So I think we mentioned it yesterday, but if not, I'm bringing it back up because, the latest deal with late night television, Jimmy Fallon, apparently is being targeted for toxic workplace allegations. And apparently he had an apology that was put out. And this is according to New York Post. Says he took to Zoom on yesterday, to offer a groveling apology. And it says apparently the fans aren't buying it, which, okay, I don't know how you know that, but it says the commenter says that the apology sounds like it was spoken by a toddler. And apparently the people that were accusing him of the toxic work situation saying that they don't buy the apology either. And it says it's so embarrassing. I feel so bad for him. And then he just continues to say, hey, I'm sorry if I embarrassed you or your family. I feel so bad. I can't even tell you. Wants the show to be fun, to be inclusive for everybody. It should be funny. It should be the best show and the best people, but I am sorry. So people aren't buying it. But it's like, you know what? We need to get to the point to where is it toxic? I'm not trying to defend anybody. I was like, is it toxic, or is it just because it is a stressful, high-level, ultimate job and a show that requires everyone to be 100% on board?
I'm the boss.
It could be.
If you want to work for me, this is what it requires.
Yeah,
and I'm not condoning demeaning people.
No,
or
I'm not
being,
either.
I mean,
if it's a level of just like if everyone's trying to get the job done. And yeah, that's like look at football teams. It's going to be the same thing. Like, you think Bobby Petrino was great to like play for or anything like that because he was mean? Yeah, of course. But it's like sometimes when you're at that level and getting that much money and that much money's on the line, it requires a lot more of a aggressive nature. So I don't know what to believe, but he at least apologized.
Danny Masterson of that 70s show, he was sentenced to 30 years
Saw
in
that.
prison. Yeah, he was facing 30 to life, and this was a retrial of a previous trial that they had a few years ago where that one ended in a mistrial, but they go to retrial and he gets 30 years in prison.
Yeah, because then that's been going on for a while now,
Not
too,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Like that trial, or at least the whole process of it all, too.
And they said the incident involved 3 women that happened between 01 and 03. So
gosh.
it even goes back a lot longer as
Over
far as the
20
history of
years.
it.
Over 20 years it's been going on. But so speaking of someone that got arrested, but everyone was vying for Zach Bryan tickets the other day because the tour guide. Well, he decided to follow it up by getting arrested.
Obstruction of an investigation?
Yeah,
What does that even mean?
It's a little weird. Like, I kept trying to weigh. I was like, surely there's going to be a lot more to this, and he's going to discuss it and everything. But he put out on a video on Twitter just to kind of breaking it all down. But yeah, he was arrested where it was just an obstruction to an investigation. And it's still to this day, at least unclear exactly what ended up happening, but he does have a mugshot that's out there. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like, what could possibly happen? I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it'll happen at some point in time, but still just a really weird
I didn't
thing.
even know who he was until people were like, "Oh, this guy's amazing."
It's like Taylor Swift ticket prices that are going out right there.
$1,500. I'm like, what?
I mean,
Where
he's
do these
good.
People find this money.
I like his music, but not that much. I'm not trying to do that.
Michael Imperioli consulted a witch to get Summer of Sam made. He says, I really wanted to get it made, so I met with somebody who was living here in the area, and they happened to be a witch. They said that they could help me get it made, but it wasn't going to happen in the way that I thought it would.
So he's the one from Sopranos and everything,
Yes.
right? Yeah, Michael Imperioli. Yeah, I always liked him too. So
he was in that HBO show. What's it? They've had
Not
two
The Sopranos.
seasons. Oh, White Lotus. He was in
that's
the
right. That's right. That's
Second
right.
season of White Lotus.
That's right. Yeah, I remember he was in there too.
There's
so,
some really good episodes of that.
Yeah. Well, that's there's some stuff, some things that
It's
are going on.
It's
with
an
that.
interesting show for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and also, actually, and I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to save that one for next week because I feel like there's going to be an update on that one too. So, but hey, well, Nathan, we actually appreciate you actually coming in.
Glad to
person.
be here. I've missed it, man. This has been fantastic.
Do it again like next week, maybe.
That would be nice.
Yeah, let's keep doing it.
If I'm
Get a
here
streak.
and around, yeah, no.
Yeah, if your power's out, you know,
hey, coming up soon, about a month and a half. I'm going to be a dad, so that's where all the time, money, energy, any kind of sleep that I will get will be going to. But
we still expect you to be here in studio.
Well,
every
right.
day.
I mean, we got standards. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
You need a break.
That's right. Got to have a break. Got to come talk some football. So Texas, Alabama. Do you think it'll be close?
Yes. It'll be close. It'll be close.
Not a blowout.
No, I think Bama wins by like 4.
Close in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a good one.
It's gonna
Hey,
be awesome.
speaking of good ones, we got Drive Time Sports coming up next. Stay with us.
Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is paying your sales tax 2 days only